What's good? What's good, good people, man? Welcome to another episode of the CheckDown, man. This is our CFB NFL weekly review. We back with hot grease, man. You know what I mean? We kicking it. Uh, hey, man, we done had some football so far, man. Definitely some good NFL games. You know, 2 NFL games this week, Thursday, Friday, and we got a slate for y'all today, man. So, Pop, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm glad football finally here. I've been anticipating this since March, man. So it's great. Had some good games that took place. So I'm ready to talk about it.
Mick, how you feeling, bro?
I mean, it's feeling good, man. I feel like a kid on Christmas right now. I mean, for us, it's Christmas Eve right now because there's a full slate tomorrow. So, I mean, what that means for me is I'm gonna be at the crib from about one to about 11, not doing a damn thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, man. Sir, what's
What's
good
up,
with
man?
how
You
you
know,
feeling?
hey, man, football's in the air. I'm ready.
You know what feel good to me? I ain't have to come on here and sit with another one of them L's, boy. Woo! Sheesh! Hey, listen, hey, y'all might not have seen me if it had been 3 weekends in a row, but I ain't gonna lie. Hey, listen, and all the money I had bet on that damn game, boy, I would have been sick. I would have been sick. I would have called in, man. I would have sent y'all the link, work from behind the wall, man. But nah, man, we got some college games for y'all today, man. So we're gonna pop right into it, man, so we can get down to business at hand. So the first game of the day, man, we got number 3 Texas, who's favored by 6.5, versus number 10 Michigan. The over under is 41.5. I ain't gonna lie, I low key like Texas in this one, man. I think Michigan lost a lot of pieces last year, so did Texas, but I think the more valuable pieces would probably be on the Michigan side. I think they lost running backs, they lost defensive players, quarterback. Um,
We lost a
yeah,
few captains, though.
yeah, they lost some pieces, man. I think if I'm gonna ride with Texas on this one. I think it's still gonna be a close game. I don't know if I would touch that 6.5 though.
Mm.
If I took the game, I'd probably drop it down to something like maybe 3 or something like that. I think it's gonna be closer than the spread states. But what y'all think?
Where's the game?
It's
Uh,
in Michigan.
Michigan.
Ooh. Mm.
I like Texas. I wasn't. How can I say it? Like that Michigan team. I don't know. I don't know if they good. I don't know if they bad. They looked all right to me, but I liked what the production that Texas had last week. I like Isaiah Bond. I like him. Ewers played pretty decently. Uh, I don't know. I just think Texas is just the better team going into this game. I'll just take them straight up as the winners. I don't know. I just like them better.
Man, I like where the line is already. So, I mean, and you can give me the Michigan minus a 6.5. I like that. Over under. The thing about Texas's front is good. Their secondary, I just don't know because the secondary was ass last year, and I'm not sure it really got that much better. Michigan, I mean, like they got a top 10 defense in the country. I mean, that's just what they have. I mean, even though they lost a lot, like they recruited well, and they still got a lot of good pieces. I mean, like they got Will Johnson. I mean, he's literally like the #1 corner in the country. And when he gets drafted, he'll be the first corner off the board. I think they got the kid Graham that plays. I think he either plays D tackle or edge. He's probably going to be a top 15 pick. So I mean, like Michigan got a lot of talent. My question in this game is like, I know Texas is going to be able to put up some amount of points. Now, obviously, they ain't going to put up 40 on that defense, but they're going to put up enough to win. And my question is, can Michigan, muster up enough points to score? I mean, the Michigan run game is good. I just don't know about their quarterback. And that's kind of why I like Texas minus 6.5 because I mean, the Michigan quarterback's not proven. I mean, he's not. I mean, like people don't really talk about him. I mean, like, and to be honest with you, like I love college football, but I mean, like I don't even know the kid's name. To be honest with you. So yeah, I mean that's just who I like in the game.
Sir,
Sir, I think you're talking on mute.
Yeah, and you on mute.
Oh, my bad. I don't know. I don't know anything about either of these teams. So whatever y'all say.
All right. Hold on real quick. Let me pop this
Like I'm just watching college to pass time by at this point. Um, I really don't care. Like I'm just fully like NFL at this point.
And
And
so I mean, so I actually mentioned one more play. So on the Michigan, their running back, I think his name's TJ Edwards. Like he's gonna be drafted. I mean, he could have went out in the draft last year. He chose to come back. So I mean, like
he
I
a
would watch.
senior.
I think he's a yeah. He's got to be a senior. He's either a senior
Okay.
or red shirt freshman. I mean, red shirt junior. But he's able to. He was. I think he's a senior. He was able to come out last year. He chose not to. I would, if I was an agent, I would told him to leave last year because the running back class wasn't as strong as it's going to be this year. But I mean, he came back. So I mean, he's a player to watch in this game. I mean, if he's able to effectively run on Texas, I mean, and I mean, Texas might actually get more than what they are expecting. So I mean, we just gotta wait and see.
All right. Next game on the slate for
Right.
the day, man. We got Colorado versus Nebraska. Nebraska favored by 6.5. Over under is 55.5. Hey, don't Colorado owe Nebraska like some payback from last year? Like wasn't it like a game they supposed to win last
Colorado beat Nebraska last year.
Yeah, Colorado beat Nebraska,
year?
so
Yeah.
Nebraska is coming
Oh,
in
them some pay.
looking to, yeah, coming in to
Man, I
handle
like
business.
I like Colorado again, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'll take Colorado plus the 6.5 if that's the case. I'm taking
Listen,
Colorado plus the points. Give me plus 10, baby.
listen, I would just take the over under on the score. I'll probably take the over because both these offenses they can put up points. And they can put up points quickly. I think they both have. There's two dynamic quarterbacks, Shador, Rayola. Um, so this offense is like these offenses gonna score. I'm not a fan of the Colorado defense. I watched
Oh no.
last week against North Dakota State. Like I
I'm
didn't
definitely taking the
see
over with sis though.
any improvement from that defense. Yeah, they were able to get a couple of stops to end the game, but like if that's the same defense I'm gonna be seeing throughout the season, I'm not sure about it. That offensive line still looks shaky for Colorado. They couldn't run the ball. That's also something I noticed during that North Dakota State game. So I don't know about Colorado. I know they have two dynamic wide receivers in Jimmy Horn and Travis Hunter, but outside of that, I just there's just too many question marks for that Colorado team going into this game. Same thing with Nebraska. I'm not a fan of their defense. They played pretty well last week, but I'm just not sold on them yet. So I think this will be a high scoring game and come down to who makes the least amount of mistakes.
So when I look at this game, I'm sorry, man. I watched the Colorado game last week. It's more the same for them. I thought their trenches would be better. It's just they're just not. I mean, I don't know an easy way to say that, and they're not. And then the other thing about Nebraska is the old coach of Nebraska was the coach of the Panthers. The hell is that guy's name?
Matt Rule.
Yeah, Matt Rule. And like Matt Rule got this thing, right? And so it's his second year at the school. Every school he's ever coached at, when he's building the program back up, the second year, like they are really good the second year. And hence he's in the second year this year. And they got the quarterback that had committed to Georgia, Raiola. And I mean Raiola looked good last week. And I think like Raiola got a lot of talent. I mean the coach got to keep his head straight. That's all you really got to do. And like Pop said, man, I don't love the Colorado defense, man. Like they couldn't really stop the run last week. I mean, Nebraska is gonna be good in the trenches. I mean, off the line, defense line, like that's kind of what I mean, like their bread's buttered at. And I just I just don't think that Colorado has enough defense to contain Nebraska. And I mean, they struggled to beat a FCS school last week. So I just don't see it. Like, give me Nebraska in the touchdown. And definitely give me the over. Like this over is going to hit like crack in the 80s. I'm going to tell you that right now. because Colorado defense is just not like that. So
Hey man, shout out to y'all for tapping in, man. G Fish, Eagles, Diva, Keystone, Cat. Appreciate y'all for the support, man. Hey, look, I was trolling when I said give me Colorado plus a 10. If anything, I'm not touching anybody in this game. I thought that defensive line was gonna be better. Piss poor. Offensive line, piss poor. It's gonna be a shootout. This probably gonna be 70 points on the board type deal, man. I'm definitely taking the over. Listen, I'm taking Shador over on most of his stats, passing yards wise. I don't know about the touchdowns, but probably passing yards. I'm definitely taking over. Nebraska running back over. Um, uh, yeah, I'm taking J.C. Horn probably over. I'm taking everything over as far as passing on both sides of the ball and rushing on Nebraska side of the ball because Colorado still can effectively run the ball.
yeah.
Like you went in the portal, you got all this talent added to your team, and then you come out and still can't run the ball. You supposedly got a 4-star on the offensive line. What difference did one 4-star make for you? Nothing.
Yeah, but like that's what I be arguing with people on Twitter all the time about offensive line, man. Like you don't need all the talent in the world on the line. You need them 5 guys to work as one. If you get them 5 guys to work as one, like you don't need like blue chip guys or 5-star, high school recruits, along the whole offensive line. And so that's just what it comes down to. I mean, like, can those 5 guys work together? And I mean, it's week 1, so I'll kind of give them like a pass for like the week 1. So I got to see it this week in the next couple of weeks because honestly, like. Colorado, this is the easy part of their schedule. This the next 2 or 3 weeks is the easy part. Like after September, man, that thing looked kind of tough.
Hey, shout out to D Love Sports. She said the trenches will get better in Colorado, man.
I mean, we can only hope.
Listen. I mean, they like. But listen, when I seen Warren Sapp in the room, Ed Reed in the room, I'm like, oh, okay, they're gonna have a little. Man, them boys was getting. Listen. You know how Florida State got did by Georgia Tech? That's the same thing that happened to Colorado last week. It would just push you out the way.
Now, how I get in it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm a Florida State fan myself. What you talking
about? I'm over here minding my business, and somebody bringing up Florida State.
I mean,
I agree, dog. I just you can't teach strength, you can't teach dog, you can't teach heart. Like Warren Sapp and Ed Reed, I get that, that's cool, but you need linemen with a certain mentality on both sides of the ball in the trenches, and them niggas they ain't built for it.
Yeah, and so I mean the thing is, I mean, like, I'm not a Colorado fan, but I would like the team to do well. But I mean, after last week, man, I'm really skeptical about it, to be honest.
It's hard to see a path where they do good. It's just hard. Like when you don't got trenches, it's hard for you to make any excuses for a team without trenches.
My thing is when you're consistently, like I understood last year when you building the program, right? But this off season, you still had a lot of massive movement in the transfer portal. You couldn't hold on to the recruits you brought in, guys you did have last year that were productive transferred out. Like it's tough. So I had questions about if they did have the guys that they needed to compete for a playoff position this year, and I didn't see much encouragement from last week. Now, can the lines get better? Possibly, but I don't know how much better you can get in a week.
Yeah, it's just, it's just tough business. I mean, like I said it the whole summer. Colorado coming out of September, they got to be 3. If they want to make a bowl game, they got to be 3-1. Coming out this month. And so this is one of the games that they're going to need to win. So I guess we're going to have to wait and see.
Yeah, we definitely got to wait and see, man. So the next game on the slate, man, we got Iowa State versus Iowa. Iowa favored by 2.5. Over under is 35.5. I think it's the lowest over under we got on the list today.
I mean, have you watched Iowa play football?
No, look,
that.
No offensive production on Iowa side.
At
Jesus
None,
all.
Christ.
none. Yeah.
But they got a pretty good, decent defense as they usually have. So, um,
Yeah, I mean, I think they got what, like a top 10, 15 defense in the country because I think they had a top 10 defense last year. So I mean that's the one constant for Iowa is the defense.
you're right, Coach B. You're right. You're right. You know, they do give him the benefit of the doubt because it's Coach Prime. I mean, true. You're right.
Yeah, he's definitely right about that. Um,
Um,
yeah, I mean,
go ahead,
I'll
B.
just say what I like. I mean, like I like Iowa. I don't know about the three. I think this is a rivalry game. I mean, I actually kind of played this game kind of early. I mean, give me Iowa money line and give me the under. If you're doing player props, this is not the game for that. So yeah.
Yeah, because they might not hit any of the overs. This is gonna be like a 13-10 type game. I think Iowa is gonna pull it off, but neither team is really known to having potent offense at all. But Iowa always has a solid defense, so I'll take them just straight up money line.
Yeah, I'm riding with the consensus. I'm gonna take Iowa too, man. Money line. I'm taking the under. And I wouldn't advise y'all to touch any of the overs on any of these players. The check down has said it now. All of us said it. Don't touch the over. So if you come back next week and say you took somebody on the over and you ain't hit, we didn't tell you to take that. We didn't give you that advice. We telling you under. But no, I mean Iowa State, that defense for Iowa probably gonna stifle them. I can see it being a low scoring game, man. It could be one of them field goal defensive games where both offenses struggling, but they're kicking a lot of field goals. That's how I see that game. I ain't gonna even add certified. The last game, man. The last college game we got for the day, man. Number 14, Tennessee, favored by 9, versus number 24, North Carolina State. The over under is 60 and a half.
I mean, so I'll go first again. I mean, Nico's the quarterback for Tennessee. I mean, he had a real strong in week one last week. And he's a really talented quarterback. I mean, Tennessee's offensive scheme yields to them scoring a lot of points. Unless you got a good defense, they're gonna put points up on you. And it's just like, can NC State be able to keep up? And I don't know. Like I mean, maybe they got a chance with the games at NC State. I think, but I mean, I just don't put much stock into it, man. Like I just think Tennessee gonna run them out the building. And I can see them covering the -9. I can even see them covering 10. I don't know. Like I don't see it. I mean, like NC State didn't necessarily play well last week, unless they play a lot better than they did last week. And they weren't really playing against a great team last week. And so to come up against Tennessee with the offensive firepower that Tennessee has and like the athletes that Tennessee has on both sides of the ball, man, I just don't see it. So I'm gonna say Tennessee for me minus the 10, and then I'll take the over too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tennessee too, man. I think Tennessee offense is low key high powered, man. They're gonna be able to score some points. I don't know if North Carolina State is going to be able to, as Pop just said, change what happened last week in a week. Like you don't turn your team around for what it looked like one week to the next unless it looked so. It didn't look sloppy. It just looked like they just got kind of overpowered last week. Um, but I think Tennessee just put up points fast, man. They go up and down the field so quick. If North Carolina State can't stifle them on defense, I think this game could get ugly real quick. I don't know about the over or under, man. I don't know about the 60 and a half, but I am going to take Tennessee minus the 9. And I like that. I like that quarterback for Tennessee to go over passing yards.
And a Nico, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a very, very real possibility.
yeah, I like him to go over. Pop.
Yeah, I'll just take Tennessee. I think they can win this. I like the offensive production I saw out of them last week, and I think they can replicate this. Um, it can get out of hand quick if NC State can't stop that offense. So I'll just take them as the winners of this game.
All right, man. So that's the end of the college slate for us today, man. tap in with us next week. Hopefully, we got some more games so we can, do a little bit better preview. But before we get into what certified what I'm talking about, we got the highly anticipated power rankings back, man. The check down power rankings have been put together. It won't be a 5-show episode this time. It's gonna be one show. Man, we redid it. I think all of us as a whole are happy with how the list looked, man. So it's out, man. There go the list, man. We got a few changes, not really much. The Eagles move up one spot to number 4. The Bills moved down. Bengals moved down. I think we moved the Falcons up a spot. And then we moved Tennessee up 2 spots. So, I mean, it wasn't really much. Oh, and Broncos moved down a spot. So it wasn't really much of a move from, the preseason power rankings. But any comments y'all got on the power rankings so far?
Yeah, I'll just say one thing. The only thing is, like, we did these power rankings before any of the games were played, like the games that were played on Thursday, Friday. So just something to keep that in mind.
Yeah, none of that affected the power rankings. But yeah, that's what kind of where we at, man. We gonna be putting these out every 4 weeks for y'all, man. We're gonna be giving y'all, an update on this every 4 weeks. So, be slotted to see your team move around, man. I'm pretty sure, in 4 weeks, a lot of these teams are gonna shuffle. Right now, it's just, it's kind of nothing changed. We didn't see a lot from any team in preseason where you just, stood off the board and just, wowed us. But Pop, you got any comments about the power rankings?
No, not really.
All right, so we're gonna get into the first game play of the weekend for the NFL. Man, we got Ravens 20, Chiefs 27. Hey man, it was a good game, but listen, man, we might have to have a conversation about this Mr. Flight of Fight, because his flight mechanism need to be turned off just a little bit. He had a couple opportunities to at least tie that game at the end, but he couldn't get out his own way trying to get out the pocket instead of just standing there and making throws. I like Lamar Jackson, bro, but I don't like how his I just don't like how it move around. Amber, you a hater, Amber.
I kind of disagree with what you said, because at the end of the game, he wasn't really trying to get out the pocket for real, because the Chiefs defense kind of had him contained inside the pocket. The problem is he didn't make the correct throws. You had 3 chances to get it in, and you just couldn't hit it.
But Pop,
Oh,
that last play,
yo,
he tried to take off running 3 times. He tried to
what is
run.
he doing?
If he just
But
stand there,
I'm
he
just
catch
saying,
likely way before he hit the
I'm
back
just
line.
saying, like I get what you're saying, but if this is the top 10 quarterback y'all say Lamar Jackson is, he should be able to hit those plays. You should be able to go through your reads, and you see, like that play to Isaiah Likely. That wasn't on Likely. That was on Lamar not putting the ball in the right position. That's why Likely got hurt trying to jump the ball in the corner of the end zone. Like, and then you miss a wide open Zay Flowers. And I think with that play, that could be on both parties, because I think Zay stopped his route a little too short, because if he would have kept running, maybe he would have had an opportunity, but the ball still wouldn't have got to him because it was overthrown. And then you think about the last play. Okay, yes, Likely foot stepped out of bounds or whatever. But to me, it's like, I think you held it on a little too long. If you would have hit it a little quicker, maybe he would have had an ability to get 2 toes in, and then y'all could possibly tie the game.
But Pop, the
I
reason
don't
I feel
know.
like he couldn't make that last play is because he was trying to escape too much instead of just standing there and waiting for the play to develop. He was like, "Oh, I'm trying to get out. Oh, they ain't letting me out." And then he stood up. Isaiah Likely was already open. You could have hit him early if you just stood up and kept your eyes down the field. He was trying to make a play for himself.
Yeah, but I felt like on that last play of the game, like the throw to Likely where he was out of bounds, like there was pressure coming off the edges, so he stepped up. I don't think he was ever gonna run because they needed a touch
At all.
so I don't think he could have ran for the 10 yards. Like, I just think it's what I mean, like in the red zone, goal to goal situation. I think he's just trying to step up to give himself some more time to throw the ball. And I'm not giving him a pass. Like, he could have if he gives Likely a better pass, Likely gets the foot in. He didn't.
Exactly.
The pass was not good enough. And it's just like the play before that on third down. Third down, he had Zay Flowers. Like, don't even get me started on this because I mean, like this man cost me money. Like he literally cost. Like if he throws that ball to Zay, like I win. Like my parlay hits. So I'm not really happy with the man for that. But it, you know that I'm that shit. I'll let that go. But yeah, I mean, like I'm not gonna say like Lamar. Like he played a good game. I just think there's certain aspects of the game that he could have played better in, and that's why I said he played a good game. He didn't play a great game, but he played a good game.
And the time management for the Ravens in this game was poor. You out of time out with 6 minutes and change left in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, I can't
Like
argue with that either.
that's poor time management. And then you do hit that deep pass to Bateman. Y'all don't know how to hurry up and get to the line to potentially spike the ball to save time. Y'all waste almost 20 seconds off the clock trying to get back in position. Like, I don't know. There was a lot of issues I saw with that Ravens offense. To me, they don't seem to know what their identity is. There you did have some success within the game, but I just think that Chiefs defensive line kind of kept them in check for the most part and was forcing Lamar to be a pocket passer. And we saw in that game what that is.
Yeah, so I thought the motherfuckers looked like boo boo. Okay. Starting from the top, I question this whole thing. Now, granted, it is week one, but we're talking about, 7+ year veterans. All right, so let's go. Um, where the carries gonna come from for Derrick Henry? Because they can't come from Lamar because Lamar needs those carries to be Lamar. But Derrick Henry can't be Derrick Henry if he doesn't get the carries. Somebody wasn't on the fucking field a lot in the third quarter and the fourth quarter because they was down because they can't use his ass. Lamar Jackson is the same fucking quarterback he was at Louisville. He's made absolutely no progression between the tackles at all. He can't throw anything until he sees it. We saw in that game the deep ball theory is a fraud as well. This whole offense is predicated off of him just doing sandlot shit. When it's crunch time and somebody needs him to execute from the pocket, he fails every time. I don't understand what's the thought process of wasting 15 seconds for a play that you're not sure of. You're not the type of quarterback to do something like that. Spike the ball. It's 4 down territory. So you got 3 downs anyway. You need 7. You're not going to kick a field goal. It's just so like he missed the touchdown to Likely because he overthrew it when he should have underthrew it. He missed the wide open touchdown in the corner in the end zone. Everybody keeps saying that Zay Flowers should have sat down. As soon as he broke his route, he put his hands up. I don't see where he should have sat down. I feel like Lamar Jackson just threw a fucking horrible pass because even if he had sat down, he still wouldn't have been able to catch that bitch. On the defensive side of the ball, them niggas look like they had a defensive coordinator that didn't ever coach defense before. Um, they were out of position. The captains didn't know where to line people up. They wasn't sure about what was going on. Them motherfuckers had Roquan in a fucking blender, man.
Yeah, they did.
You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't see anything from Baltimore that looks like they will come even close to going to the. They look awful, and a team with that much experience and talent, they should not look like that
That's a
because the
fact.
Chiefs got a lot of fucking turnover. They got a lot of motherfucking young peoples, and them motherfuckers came out hitting the ground running. Their only mistake was Patty got hit on an interception. He got hit. Had he not gotten hit, Roquan would have got his ass fucking smoked.
And
So
another thing, like, because you brought up the defense, like that second touchdown Worthy had, Humphrey passed them off to the safety, and the safety is not in position, which allowed Worthy to be able to have, like, he was open and easily went into the end zone on his second touchdown. Like, that's a problem if your
That was
safety
on
doesn't
Hamilton,
know.
right?
Hmm?
That was on
I,
Hamilton, right? He shifted
Yeah.
to the middle of the field, but he should have
Mhm.
shifted.
mhm.
And he
Yeah,
should
I
have
think he
stayed on
missed
the
the tackle on
outside.
that
They,
play too.
they
Mhm.
they just looked like they wasn't sure what they were supposed to do.
Mhm.
Like they were doing like I that was not the Baltimore defense that I'm used to. That I'll meet you at the ball. They was out there thinking, hesitating. You know, it just I didn't see anything encouraging from that game from Baltimore. Nothing.
And they got a almost completely new defensive coaching staff, right?
Well, I know the coordinator is this is he's a first time play caller, face first time coordinator.
I know coordinator, DB's coach, and D line coach. I know all them new.
Yeah, but I mean, but my thing is like what we remember Baltimore's defense to be last year. Like, I don't think it's humanly possible for them to perform the same way they performed last year in the regular season. Like they had, you know, what I mean, like like in terms of people talking about they statistically was one of the all-time great defenses statistically. And now I'm not saying that they were
Yeah.
like watching them, but statistically, that's how people were talking about them. And I don't think you can replicate that, and especially with all the losses from like Queen going to Pittsburgh, from the DC going to Seattle, or one of their position coaches being the DC in my like I don't with them kind of losses, I just don't think that you're going to be able to recreate that. Even if all the people were there and still there, I don't
Yeah.
think you can
It still
recreate
be
that.
hard to do. Yeah.
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 So I mean,
I feel like a go ahead.
no. So like I was always expecting a step back. Now speaking on this game, the Chiefs was getting everything they wanted between the hashes, bro. Like throwing the ball,
Yeah.
like everything they want. And it's probably because Andy Reid was setting up the matchups to get Rice on Roquan all night long, and he was killing them like that. He was really killing them. So
Listen, the bubble screen check down game, that shit was on fucking fire. I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. They was clicking.
yeah,
Okay, stop it. If you got a problem with it, stop it. Them motherfuckers look like it was week 6 out there.
Yeah, and that's why talking about this game before it happened, I had the Chiefs winning just because I know there's cohesion on that team. You still have all the coaches from last year there. They have proven to develop DBs. So I wasn't really worried about Snead not being there. They've shown time and time again they know how to put players in position to succeed. So I wasn't really worried about the Chiefs. I had them as the favorites going in, and they proved to me why. Like that team on both sides of the ball was just clicking, and I liked what I saw out of them. And Rasheed Rice, he is the wide receiver one I saw in him last season. Because I watched him last season. I said, if he can bring this and step his game up a little bit more, oh, Rice gonna be nice. And he proved that in this game. They have a solid wide receiver core now. Yeah, they probably still got a couple players that can't catch a ball, but listen, you got Rice and Worthy and Kelsey and who's their other tight end, Noah Gray. Like they got some players on that team. I like it.
yeah. I mean, like the funny thing was, I mean, so the funny thing about me in this game is I actually predicted this game perfectly. Like I predicted the score and everything. Like I mean, so I had a video out on Twitter saying it was going to be 27-20. And then that for damn sure was right. So, and I just, I mean, just looking at the game from like a big picture situation, like the game went exactly how I expected it to go. Like, it was kind of similar to the AFC Championship game in a way. In terms of the second half when the Ravens just stopped running the ball, it was quite similar. I mean, the only difference was they actually were able to score, and you score, and like not turn the ball in the second half. That was primarily the difference. But and as I said it earlier, the Ravens are just not a good matchup. The Chiefs are not a good matchup for the Ravens. That's the way I want to say it.
Uh,
It's been proven the last 6 times they played them, the Ravens are 1-5. So there's a reason for that. And I just think that Spags knows how to make
mhm.
Lamar feel very uncomfortable. And I just think he continued to do that on Thursday night. And then if they got to play again in the playoffs, I would expect more of the same. So
Not with that offensive line the Ravens had, because they was getting demolished.
Yeah. And Spags, it was like I'll tip my hat to Munkins. He went in his bag a little bit. I saw them switch it up, try new things, but the motherfucking Spags, yo, he was like on his ass. Pause. Like it's like every adjustment he made, he countered that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he really locked they shit up. Like the like second, third quarter, like Spags was like really he was dictating the flow of the game. Um I wish that on that final drive, on that final possession, man, Lamar would have threatened the offensive line, the line of scrimmage a little more instead of just, like dancing around in the backfield, you know what I'm saying, not setting his feet. Like if you're gonna do all of that, dog, make some type of forward progression towards the line of scrimmage. At least give the linebackers that's just floating around something to think about. You know what I'm saying? Pull them a little bit. Maybe that can give your man a little cushion in the end zone. But it's just, I don't know, man. Like the whole situational awareness part, um, for Baltimore, it was piss poor on the field and off the field.
Yeah, so I mean, the rate. I like the funny thing was like, what likely to end the game. I kind of laughed at first, and then when I actually sat back and thought about it, like that might be the worst the Ravens are going to play, in the regular season. I mean, that very well could be true. So I'll give him credit for that. But the second half of what he said is talking about the Chiefs. That's the best thing. What you've seen is not the best the Chiefs could play. It really not. I
No,
mean,
it's
really,
really not.
the Ravens could have won that game. They really could have. I mean, but they just didn't make enough plays down the stretch or even in the second half. I mean, to win that game. So yeah, I mean, partly what he said is true. I mean, the Ravens are going to play better than that, but also the Chiefs are going to play better than that as well. So
Um,
Exactly. And then you got Hollywood Brown coming to that offense in maybe 2 weeks from this past week. So like they
yeah.
got some players. And I think this game they can build upon. So
I mean, but Casey, they show where they can be vulnerable.
hmm
That on the other side of McDuffie, he did tighten up. But he's shown that he can be had. That's going to be a pressure point for them. They people are not going to stop targeting him. You know what I'm saying? But I trust y'all know how I feel about Spag. So I ain't tripping, man. I see them niggas in February. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You sure you want to do that, good brother?
Nigga, you don't even want to hear what I got to say about the Eagles.
mm,
You sure you want to run it back and
Man,
possibly go
nigga,
0 and
we
3
will
against them
mop
boys,
you
man?
niggas, dog.
Nah, man,
Listen, dog, I ain't worried
I
about
don't
that.
see it. I don't see it, man. I
Listen,
don't see it.
y'all niggas see what my team does when my team is healthy. I don't want to go down this road no more.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
won the game, I give it to them, but let's not forget what happened. Nigga,
Uh-huh.
this team, you know what? I'ma wait. Let me know when you ready. I'ma wait. Cause y'all niggas, boy. Whoop. I can't wait to get on y'all niggas, boy.
It's here. Don't worry about it. It was next anyways. I don't duck no smoke. Packers 29, Eagles 34. Hold on, let me turn my camera back on. I was trying to get my life right. Listen. Jalen Hurts. Look, you see me. I'm looking right in your eyes, nigga. What is you doing, bro? You cannot turn the ball over in crucial moments of the damn game. You cannot throw across your body. I don't care that AJ Brown fell. You should have threw the ball anyways. And then you can't throw to Devontae Smith in triple cover. But all in all, we had some defensive issues, had some offensive issues, but Saquon came as advertised. I appreciate the Giants with the utmost respect. Appreciate you. Y'all have to be the greatest franchise in NFL history for giving me Saquon Barkley. But listen, defense got to clean up or whatever going on back there with the communication on the back end because that boy Reed went completely nuclear. He had like 3 catches for 112 yards going into the fourth quarter. Um,
untouched in that
it
back end
was
of y'all defense, untouched.
it was ridiculous, man. But Jalen got to do better, man. He made some mistakes. Cam Jurgens, like I told y'all, I didn't think it was gonna be flawless with Kelsey leaving. Cam Jurgens just hiking the ball without being ready, but it was. I know y'all ain't noticed it, but it was something that they changed after the second snap was messed up. They made Mekhi Becton start tapping his leg when Jalen was ready because he was just hiking it. He couldn't hear or something. I don't know if he wasn't able to see, couldn't hear, but snapping the ball while the quarterback is calling protection is a no-no on a center. You got to know when that ball is ready. Like, yeah, they could be nervous. That was the first drive too. Like Jalen calling protection, he telling you the safety is finna pull down and come blitz me. I'm telling you to slide the protection out right, and you hit me in the chest with the ball. Like how? Like what are you doing, bro? Like it's stupid debacles like that really had me hot last night, bro. I was watching the game, but Kenny Gainwell, if he could please stop getting snaps. I told y'all this last week. I didn't want to see Kenny Gainwell getting snaps, and then he played like almost half of the third quarter.
They were, son.
So I don't know. I don't know. It's ridiculous. How they play that, but Saquon Barkley was able to hat trick it. He went three touchdowns, 24 carries. Look, the way we gave Saquon the ball is the way I thought Henry was gonna get the ball. Like 25 times and let it go. Like
I just never saw that it was gonna like Saquon gonna get the ball. I just don't. I mean, thing is, like Hurts runs, but it's not like there's not like your offense doesn't give him as many design runs as the Ravens give to Lamar Jackson. No, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, this pack. I don't know what this Packer team is, bro. I don't know. Like Jordan Love, I didn't see none of that we saw in the latter part of the season last year. Jordan Love did not look good. I thought they abandoned the run too early in the game. Yeah, Josh Jacobs probably getting hit at the line, maybe getting 1 or 2 yards, but keep feeding him. Just keep doing that. Josh Jacobs is eventually gonna break one, and we saw that in the game. Jalen Love played bad. Like Jordan Love played bad, bro. Like to me, the points are not indicative of how the game was played. Like that defense for the Packers is not it. Yeah, they made a couple of plays with interceptions and forcing a fumble, but I don't like that Packers defense. I don't know why they was having Jordan Love throw the ball as much as they did, but hopefully that doesn't continue. And listen, this Eagles
how many attempts he had, Pop? What it was, 35, 34?
I have to look it up, but it's high. This Eagles defense, I don't know. I don't know, bro. Like that, it did not look good yesterday. Like
the only thing that looked good was the run game. Everything else,
like the back end of y'all defense is. How is Reed not touched going into the end zone twice?
Like, no, Pop. How is the rookie the best? How is the rookie the best DB on the field,
bro? Like, I don't know. To me, both these teams didn't play well. Yeah, the Eagles won the game, but Hurts. Where are the passes in the middle? Like, where's that? You trying to hit the outside numbers?
That's my jam.
Like. Listen, I'm not a fan of both teams. Yeah, the Eagles won, but there's a lot of work to happen. Both teams were sloppy.
This was some sloppy ass shit, bro. I didn't see anything. We will mop the fuck out of either of these teams, man. I didn't see anything from Philly that I've never seen before. AJ Brown is a fucking monster. Saquon Barkley is who he is. But at the end of the day, Jalen Hurts is who he is. And he still has the same 3 pass tree. That's it. Like he can make 3 passes. And outside of that, I don't we're going to do the same thing to him that we did last year. We're going to stack the A gap, force him to go east and west, and he's going to make mistakes like he did when the very few times they stacked the A gap and made him go east to west, and he almost made mistakes. Jordan Love looked like Jordan Love from week 1 through 9 last year. throwing off his back foot, throwing into triple coverage. I don't know what the fuck he be looking at sometime. Um, but he's been anointed top five. That motherfucker look like some shit. Like flat out. That motherfucker look like some boo boo. Okay, you know, rolled out to the right, hit a motherfucker that was wide open because the DB fell down. All right, that's his one spectacular play. From the pocket, this motherfucker was constantly putting the ball in jeopardy. If you run the offense through Jordan Love like they tried week 1 through 9, you're gonna look like boo boo. When they started running the offense through Josh Jacobs, that's when shit started clicking. They just made the
Aaron Jones.
greatest, yeah. Well, no, Josh Jacobs.
No, he talking about last night when they started running the ball.
Oh
They a
my
little
bad. I
bit
thought you were
more
talking about
Yeah,
aggressive.
last year when
yeah. When
Jordan
they
Love got better.
when they started running the ball through Josh Jacobs, that's when shit started clicking. So he's basically the highest the highest paid game manager in NFL history because he is definitely run game dependent. Y'all
But
motherfuckers told me
certified.
all year that they was young, that they was staying together in the off season, they was locked in. Oh, cohesiveness. They're young. They're gonna get better. It's math, dog. Is it? They spend a whole year together. It's basic math. They're gonna all get better. That's what the fuck y'all been talking about all off season. That shit. That was fucking boo boo.
But when the statistics say your offense is better when you have 20 plus rushes by the running back, when you went on a streak of like 4 or 5 wins because Aaron Jones went for 20 and 100 plus. Don't you got an analytic team that tell you things like this? Like, hey man, look, we're
Uh,
5-0 when the running back has 20 carries and 100
uh,
plus yards. Like, why wouldn't you give it to Josh Jacobs as much as you gave it to Aaron Jones when you were
I'll tell
having an
you why,
effective
dog.
offense?
It's because in their minds, this is what we do. We had Broad, Favre, and then we went to Aaron Rodgers. He's next. Yeah, has he had a few? He has like what did motherfucker say? He's like he flashes like Aaron Rodgers, but he do dumb shit like Brett Favre.
So he's like a mix. Mix between Brett Favre and Aaron
But
Rodgers.
he's more Favre than Rodgers though, because you can't run your offense through this nigga, man. You have to be a run first team. And I'm like, so why the fuck would you make him the highest paid football player in NFL history? That
Maybe
that
that's
sounds like that sounds like a motherfucker that's a game changer to me.
so. Let me just say this right. So I
Um,
ain't I ain't watched the game last night. I was out doing some things some other activities or whatever. But so I'm gonna watch this game today at some point in the day. But I mean, from what I understand, I've heard a lot of people talking about this game. And the main consensus that I come to is what everybody's saying is it just was a sloppy game. Like both teams didn't really play that well. I mean, sometimes you're gonna get like preseason games like this. Like you're not gonna get every game ain't gonna be like the Chiefs preseason. Every week one game ain't gonna be like the Chiefs Ravens. Now it's not. The majority of the games. I hate to tell y'all this, it's gonna look like it looked last night. That's
no,
just
uh-uh.
that's just what week one is though. Like week
No.
one is a lot of players that ain't played preseason football, and these niggas is not ready for week one. They're just not.
Two label contenders showed up and two didn't.
That's true,
All,
and
all four of those teams have been deemed contenders.
that's true.
I can't say I didn't show up. I ain't gonna say that.
That's that. Listen, dog.
My
State
defense
Farm.
might look bad, but I mean, I still did what needed to be done to win a game.
I mean,
17 to 34 for 260. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, then your
like
defense.
Pop said, dog. The
they gave up. They
statistics
gave up.
of
They gave up the Jayden. They gave up the Jayden Reed touchdown. The first one was on a slip. The first
the
one was on a
stats
slip,
not telling the whole story,
and
dog.
then the second one was a blown coverage for sure. He was wide. He was
I
wide
mean,
open
just
coming
on the
across
box
the
score, man, Jaden Reed looked like he was killing y'all, bro. I ain't gonna
Look,
catch you now. He looked like he was killing y'all.
I said Reed went ham. I didn't deny that. I
So,
didn't deny that. But two of
Put
his catches
CJ
was complete
Gardner
bone.
Johnson in a spin cycle.
Yeah, he did.
boy, that's crazy.
bro.
It was two completely blown coverages where he was wide, but
Yeah,
naked. Nobody
yeah,
there, nobody close. Like,
and
and
that's
one of them was CJ, and the other one was Reed Blankenship, who I don't think should ever be in coverage, but they still did it. I mean, he ended
and
up
that
catching the
that's what
pick
I'm.
later in the
That's
game,
what I
but
was. That's what I
it
was
should
But
have
saying
been.
in the space last night. Because motherfuckers, oh, he had 180 something with 3 touchdowns. I'm like, bro, did you see the game? Did you actually watch the game? You know what I'm saying? Because two of those dudes failed. Like I ain't trying to negate the touchdown, but come on, dog. Like what are we doing? You saw what happened.
The one where he caught up the sideline, CJ Gardner Johnson was almost stride for stride, and then all you see is he just came open. I'm like, where CJ went? CJ getting up off the ground, like, damn. I'm like, bro,
mhm.
listen, I ain't gonna make no excuse. We played on the same field, but Jesus Christ, like, could you have been any more open? Like the touchdowns he got, I mean, you can't negate it, but he got 4 catches, 138 yards for 1 touchdown.
And then they also had that run for a 30-yard touchdown run too, Jaden Reed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm just not sure.
And that was a good misdirection. I ain't gonna lie. They motioned him one way, and then he got over there. They motioned him back right before they hiked the play. He caught that end around, full head of steam with nobody on the other side of the ball. He was that was perfect. But they made everybody flow one way, and then he flowed back the other way. Everybody was like, "Oh, he going by, yeah, touchdown." Yeah. But I think it was. I wasn't as good as you, Mick, as calling the game, but I did say 34-28 was gonna be the score.
I mean, to call the game like going into that Eagles Packers game, I knew that game was going over. Like without a shadow of a doubt, I knew it was going over. I had no question about that. The score was something different though for me.
He said, "But this man CJ embarrassed Kobe Bryant." No, he didn't, man. He gonna redeem himself. Hopefully, if he don't, he gonna be more embarrassment. But all right, so first game of the Sunday slate is Cardinals versus Bills. Bills favored by 6.5. The over under is 47. I don't like that 6.5. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little skeptical
I
about that
think
6.5.
Arizona gonna cover.
That's what I'm saying. I think I would, if anything, I might flip it and take Cardinals plus 6.5. It's just I don't know, that offense in the Bills is scary.
I don't think motherfuckers been paying attention to what Arizona's been doing. You know what I'm saying? Like Kyler isn't hurt. He isn't rehabbing. You know, but you know, um, niggas just think that it was I was saying 11. It was actually 7 games that they played where that it was determined by 4 points or less. Um, Motherfuckers like I don't know, man. Like Buffalo ain't just gonna walk over. I ain't saying that Buffalo gonna lose, but if y'all think Buffalo's about to come and walk over Arizona, y'all tripping.
Yeah, I think differently, man. I mean, for me, like I think Buffalo win this thing by double digits to 2 scores, man. The thing that if this game was in Arizona, I'd give them more of a chance. But like playing in Buffalo, it's not an easy place to play, whether you're playing in September or December. Like it's just, I mean, like I don't think it's gonna be that windy there this weekend, so you don't got to navigate the wind. But I mean, like that crowd is a very good crowd for them.
How you feel about the crowd in Philadelphia?
I mean, the crowd in Philadelphia is normally good. I mean, for the most part.
Yeah. You
And
know what Arizona did last Sunday with the Philadelphia?
I mean, was that last year or was that 2 or 3 years?
It was last year.
That was last year. That was in that stretch where we went 1-6.
Oh, okay, but yeah. So I mean, like, just get back to my point. Like the Bills. I mean, they got a lot of movement on defense in terms of player movement, but Sean McDermott's still the coach, man. Like Sean McDermott has shown that he could work with less and he can still get the same result. Like he's shown that. And I mean, Josh Allen is a top 5 quarterback in the league. So I mean, yeah, I mean, he lost Stephon Diggs, he lost Gabe Davis, but I think he should still be. He should be able to do enough to win this game. Like, and I like I said, I think they can win by 10. That's just the way I feel. And I mean, like, for me, if I'm Sean McDermott, you got to keep Kyle in the pocket. Now, if they don't keep Kyle
Good
in the
luck.
pocket, then I mean all bets is off. Like if he's constantly throwing off platform, making plays outside the pocket, then I mean forget like what I'm saying to you right now. Just I mean like I mean like what you can do is I mean you can toss it in the trash because if he can get outside the pocket and make plays, it could be a long day for them. So
I'm definitely taking Marvin Harrison on the over on receiving yards, but
It's my
I
jam.
think he did not disrespect Kobe. Y'all got to stop the madness. Golly, the man was had 10 tackles at halftime. Like, come on, man, chill out. He did get put in the blender, but he was standing up. He stepped up a few times and put a lick on Josh Jacobs. Like, y'all tripping, man. But the Cardinals, I'm gonna admit, like, if you can't contain Kyler, if you letting him out on the edge, you letting him pretty much move around and make space for himself to find open receivers, it's gonna be a long day for the Bills. And I don't know if I like trust the Bills pass rush to really put enough pressure on Kyler to really force him to, not play his game. But I do think I'm gonna say I ain't gonna say I think. I do hope that, Buffalo offense can come out and, keep up because if they look anything like they looked in the preseason together, this game could be way closer than it need to be. It could come down to a last possession type deal. So I think the Cardinals are gonna give them a fight. They're gonna come in and play good football. So I'm gonna take the Cardinals +7. But if you want to be safe, take Bills money line.
I mean, the only thing I'd say and what you're saying is like if I'm Sean McDermott, I'm not trying to sack Kyler Murray though. Like I'm just trying to stay in my rush lanes and contain him in the pocket and make him beat me from the pocket. And I'm not saying Kyler can't do that. I mean, he definitely can beat you from the pocket, but I just feel like he's more dangerous outside the pocket. So
yeah, I wasn't okay. Well, maybe me saying sacking, pressure, but I'm just saying like pressuring him to like I don't know. Maybe you gotta edge contain, quarterback contain the edges, seal the edges. I mean that's a and to me a guy that want to run that's pressure. You know what I mean? Because now you got to step up in between all those tall guys, being a shorter guy and make throws, and you got to make them on a rope. And Kyler, that's not really Kyler's strong point. His strong point is moving the pocket, getting out on bootleg type plays, and really killing you on the edges of your defense and going deep because he do got a nice throw.
yeah, true that.
That's on me.
So
I described it wrong. More of a
so
quarterback
I feel
containment.
like Arizona offense is gonna be a lot better than what a lot of people think. I don't think they're gonna struggle to score. And I think having Sean McDermott is a more of a con than a pro. I'm taking Arizona and point.
Oh damn, Thomas hit that deep shot, boy. Whew.
I like I like
Oh, what
what the
time is it?
Cardinals have done on the off
It's
season,
12:15.
uh, but I'm gonna go with the Bills. Um, they're gonna be at home. I don't know if the pass rush that Arizona has is enough to contain or even stop Josh Allen. Um, I think he could put up enough points to take the win. I'm gonna just go with the Bills at home. Also, and the question I have for the Bills is, how is this wide receiver room going to perform?
You said that's Buffalo. The answer. You
Mm,
asking Buffalo that, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
kind of where I'm at, Pop.
personally, but like that's kind of what I mentioned earlier. It's like with Josh Allen, like Josh Allen has reached a point in his career where he got to elevate the talent around him. Like he's that good of a quarter. I know people are gonna say, "Oh, he turns over the ball." True, but he's reached a point in his career where he got to be like a top 5 quarterback. Like you got to elevate the people around you. And if he can't do that, then people won't consider him to be as like in the quarterback ranks as high as he is. He's got to elevate Keon Coleman. He's got to Curtis Samuels from them to from the tight ends to Knox. and Kincaid to all those guys. He's got to elevate those guys. And so I mean, like we're gonna see this year because I mean he's one of my MVP favorites because when you take away Diggs, if he can still put up the same amount of wins, they win the division, he puts up the same kind of numbers, then I mean he's gonna be in an MVP conversation. But if he doesn't, if he doesn't put up the same production, the same wins, then he just won't be there.
Right.
In terms of the MVP conversation. I think we got a question. Did they improve their O-line, Arizona? I know they drafted a kid at 29 that was a tackle. And they already had a young line from last year. So yeah, I would say they did address it in the draft. I'm not sure what they did in free agency though.
I don't remember them bringing in no big offensive line piece. I don't remember. Could be wrong. All right, so the next game on the slate for the day, man, Patriots versus Bengals. Bengals favored by 7.5, over under 40.5. And T. Higgins is out, right?
He's doubtful, which I mean, NFL, you're doubtful. I mean, like maybe 1% of the players that are doubtful actually plays in the game, so it's looking like he's not going to play.
Okay, go ahead. This your team. Take off.
And then Jamar Chase game time decision, man. Like, I mean, I be trying to be non-biased, but man, sometimes when you got your teammate that good, sometimes you gotta ride with the train until the wheels fall off. So I'm taking the upset. I'm taking the Patriots, man, and I'm just gonna ride with my team.
Boy.
And there ain't really no rationale behind it because I mean, with my picks, I'd be loving to give y'all rationale.
Okay.
But I mean, there really ain't none. Like I'm just riding with my team, man. Is that plain and simple?
I think if both of them boys don't play, this game gonna get interesting. We're gonna really see what the Bengals are made of when you take away. I mean, you know what's funny, Certified? When you're in spaces, people bring up these situations all the time, like take away T. Higgins and Jamar Chase and see what Joe Burrow made of. If that really happens, you gonna see what the Bengals got outside of Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. And I think
I love when niggas try to argue hypotheticals. Like,
I'm gonna tell you this: if them two miss, take Brock Bowers over, man.
I mean, Brock Bowers.
Oh no, he don't. They got Eric All. Eric All. Take him over, man.
Yeah, but I think Gesicki is. I think he's over him in the depth.
Him over too, because I don't think they got no receivers that threaten you after those two come out.
I mean, all the other receivers are young. They
got Burton, right? Ain't Burton on that team?
Yeah,
Jermaine Burton.
Yeah, Burton. But I think Burton's like the 5th or the 6th string. Like most of their guys are young. So I mean, outside the top two guys. So I look at the depth chart real quick. They got what's his name? Andrea Asovis, or how do you pronounce his name? They got him. They got Trenton Irwin and Charlie Jones and Jermaine Burton. So it's not they don't Chase and Higgins, they don't got a lot now.
I'm gonna ride with J Mick. Listen, I'm not a fan of the Bengals offense going into this game without two of your best wide receivers. I'm not a fan of their running back room as well. That offensive line, I don't know if there's going to be any improvement in production. I think the Patriots defense will be able to get home. I do believe I like the back end of their defense, their cornerbacks. I just don't trust this Bengals offense without Higgins or Chase. I also don't know what this defense is going to be. They lost a lot of production on that side of the ball. I think DJ Reader, that could potentially be a big loss for that D line. But I think I just think Patriots could pull off the W. I like their running back. I like their young wide receiver. So yeah.
You talking about on defense or offense?
No, your quarterback. Who your quarterback gonna be?
Oh, I mean, it's definitely Jacoby. I mean, he's starting the season until he get hurt. So yeah.
I thought I seen like a report where they said Drake may look like he might have been poised to be the starter. I wasn't sure what ended up happening.
Yeah, I mean he might have been, but the problem is like the Patriots, like they like O-line is not really set in stone right now. Like I mean the left guard has already been ruled out for the game, Sidney. So And then like the left tackle that they wanted to play is Vidarian Lowe, and I mean he's out too. So that's pretty much the whole left side of the line of the left tackle, left guard. They're not playing in this game, so that's kind of an issue for my team. So
So you band-aiding the left side right now?
yeah, pretty much. I mean, like our center is, I mean, David Andrews, like he's one of the better centers in the league. So I mean, like we good there. The right tackle is Michael Onwenu, who I mean, like who in he went into free agency, like we I mean let him explore the market. Um, and so I mean he's a good right tackle, and then at right guard we have the rookie that we got at Texas A&M, Layden Robinson. So I mean the right side is okay. I mean the left side could be an issue. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
I mean, but I expect this to. I mean, like the thing is, Jacoby's the quarterback, but I mean, like they're not gonna. The thing is, they're not gonna let Jacoby throw the ball 50 times. Like that's not what the game plan gonna be. So
Okay. No, I was just asking because I seen that report though, and I still think
Coming back.
I still think Jacoby got the the ability to win this game. Hey, Pat boy, that's not what we said. We said you're gonna see what he made of, man. You're gonna see if he's Joe Burrow without the wide receiver core. I mean, that's what we're gonna find out.
What's the percentage you think it is? Just guessing that Chase sits out this game.
I think it's like 60-40. I think it's 60%.
Yeah, you think it's that high?
I think it's 60% he'll play, 40% because the thing is like
Oh, okay.
the T Higgins thing. I think it's franchise tag related. Because somebody the other day was telling me on Thursday he was saying that in his whole career this is the best he ever felt, and then all of a sudden on Friday he's doubtful. He's doubtful not to play. So I mean, like the franchise, you can't tell me that the franchise tag ain't got nothing to do with that, because I guarantee you that if he had a contract and he had his money, he would have probably tried to play. But
Well, how long he gonna play that game?
I mean, as long as he's signed on that I mean, like the franchise tag. I mean, if you have any lingering injuries, I mean, the guy might just be like, well, I'm just not feeling good today, man. I'm just not gonna play today.
Oh,
I mean, that's the risk you run when you sign players to the franchise tag.
why right?
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
That's crazy. How he missed that. All right. So the next game on our list today is yeah, this one gonna be ugly. Vikings favored by 1.5 versus the Giants over under 41.5. This
I
probably gonna
like
be the ugliest game of the weekend.
I like a few props in this, man. Um, I like I think I saw Donald for like 235. I think he'll hit that in this system. Is very similar to what he just left in San Francisco. Um, Jettis is gonna get his numbers, man. He's just gonna get the targets. It's a numbers game with him. And it's the Giants. I like Brian Burns to get a sack.
Yeah, I think they got him for a half anyways. So yeah, I think his
Yeah,
prop is over a half, over under a half.
but uh, I'm gonna go with the defense. So I'm going Giants.
Yeah,
I'm rolling with him too. I'm rolling with the Giants too.
yeah, I'm a roll with the Giants, man. Like I think that D line gonna be something crazy this year, man. Like
Yeah,
the
me
talent they
too.
got on that D line. I mean, it's hard. It's gonna be hard to block them up. I mean, for me, it's just Daniel Jones. Can Daniel Jones do enough for them to win these games? And I'm not the big Sam Donald fan, man. Like he got drafted by the Jets, so I've seen him up close in person for 4 years. I know he's not the same guy as when he got drafted in his first 4 years. But it's just something like the Vikings don't really beat the Giants like that. Like I don't think a lot of people understand that. Like over like the last decade, it just when they play, man, the Giants win most of the time. So I'm gonna go with the Giants money line. And I think Neighbors has the possibility to have a huge game. I mean, because the kid is special. So
I like I think they had Daniel Jones for like 45 yards.
Russian.
Oh
rushing.
yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Hey, the
It
thing
now that was Thursday.
the thing
Um,
I hate certified is that they cornerback one or two he passed away. Where
yeah.
I kind of hate that you stuck in a situation where the guy that's on the field isn't the guy you would have put on the field if the other guy was there.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that's what Malik Neighbors gonna eat at. Like that's gonna be a situation. I think Malik Neighbors. What is his? Do you see his prop, J Mitt?
I can look it up, but I'm assuming it's got to at least be 60, 65 yards, something like that.
I think I take that. I think they're gonna get him in all the underneath routes, the cross the middle routes. I think
I mean, Neighbors could do it all, though, man. He could do it short, intermediate, and deep. So, man,
sometimes I don't trust Daniel Jones' deep ball though. His deep ball is not good. I would prefer him throwing an intermediate, 10 to 15 yards, and let Malik do the rest of the work.
I get that. Damn, I can't even pull up
Because
his number.
Malik gonna get away. He's shifty enough to make a couple people move and make a play.
Yeah, so Malik Neighbors, his over under is 64.5. So I was right. I was almost spot on.
Yeah, you was right. Yeah, you said 60, 61. So yeah, you right there. Yeah, I'll take the 64.5 over. I'm definitely taking it over.
I mean, it just takes one catch, and I mean, I'm him to break it. That's all it's gonna take.
I really hope the Giants let Devin Singletary get some work, man. You know what I'm saying? You use him to take some of that pressure off Daniel Jones. Don't make Daniel Jones throw that ball 1,000 times, bro. Get that thing to Devin Singletary and let him work. He's not a bad back. You know what I mean? He can
He's
carry a little
serviceable.
workload. Yeah, he's serviceable.
If Daniel Jones can reduce his turnovers in this game, I like the Giants' chances. I think that front seven for the Giants is nasty. The back half of their defense, I think they got even better. Um, I think they'll be able to get pressure on Sam Darnold in this game, which will
Mm.
disrupt his timing in the pocket. So I think just because of the defense that the Giants have, they will pull this one out.
Yeah. Damn, what I was about to say. I like the Giants, man. I like what they're doing. I feel like they're getting back to that identity. I think they're going to be a physical team on both sides of the ball. I like Singletary in the RPO offense. Uh, he can catch, he can run. He's an okay blocker, not as good as Saquon, but everybody's healthy, and I just think that they're going to be like really physical at the point of attack. Just getting back to what they will, the year that they won, he won Coach of the Year, man. A real run heavy team, try to play good defense, and hopefully it can come down to a field goal at the end of the game.
A lot of Giants like they back up Gray, the running back.
Uh,
Uh,
Yeah, that's the kid they drafted last year. Matter of fact.
yeah, they're saying he gonna get a lot of push too, and he more of the I guess he more the power. He the power version of what they need. So
yeah,
I'm hoping he able to come in and do something too, man. I think listen, the run game today for them is gonna be handy. Also, getting Malik Neighbors in open field, letting him work. I hope they use Hyatt, but from what I seen last year, Hyatt only run two routes. He runs sevens and nines, and that's about it. Unless they figure something.
So one thing I'll add though, what they did was they also drafted a kid out of Purdue, a running back. His name is Tyron Tracy. So he's more to me. He's more of a third down back. Like so, I mean, you kind of got to watch out for him as well. So
Yeah, they got a stable. It's gonna be a good game though. It's gonna be a good low scoring drag out game.
oh yeah.
All right, next game we got is probably one of the more exciting games. Two teams that kind of did a lot in the offseason to kind of rebuild, kind of put some things around each of their young quarterbacks. You got the Titans versus the Bears. Bears favored by 3.5. The over under is 4.5. I think both of these teams to me, man. Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe both of these teams have put together offenses for young quarterbacks to succeed. No matter how much you say about Calvin Ridley, I think sometimes he could be sufficient enough to handle the offense. You got D Hop. You brought in Tony Pollard to help out of the backfield. You brought in some pieces on that Titans offense to really kind of move the needle for them. And then the Bears, you bring in Keenan Allen. You got a DJ Moore. You bring in DeAndre Swift. You got a Cole Clement. Like you got some pieces in that offense to really you draft a Roman Dunze to really help your young quarterback. I think and defensively, the Bears been upgrading that defense for 2 years now, really putting pieces together to kind of solidify that defense. I think it's gonna come down to really Will Levis kind of beating their defense. I think it more come down to Will Levis versus the Bears defense. Um,
So we got a question in the chat. Do we think that the Titans defense is improved?
that's the problem. I think they lost more pieces than they brought in.
See, I kind of I think the defense is going to be better because so I mean they're bringing back Jeffrey Simmons.
Right.
They I mean drafted the big D tackle out of Texas. What the hell was that guy's name? It always escapes me sometimes.
Murphy?
Nah, it wasn't Murphy. It was
No. I
Sweat,
know
I
you're
No,
talking
I
about
believe.
haven't put it
Sweat,
on yet.
Sweat. Yes,
Sweat.
yeah,
Oh,
Sweat,
we're
Sweat.
Sweat.
still on.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so I mean, if like if you trying to run against
Yeah.
and Simmons together, bro, I mean that shit is hard, bro. I don't know a lot of teams that's going to be able to run against that front. Um, I mean, my concern with the Titans is kind of the linebackers because like in the secondary, I mean, like they added Snead, so I mean they added a number one corner. Their other corner is I mean Awuzie, which I mean like Awuzie kind of concerns me at times. I mean sometimes it's good, and sometimes it's not. Um, Safety
That was a
position,
scary
safety position is kind of questionable though because safeties they got Monty Hooker and Quandre Diggs. That's kind of I'm not really sure about that. And they got a good nickel corner and a McCrary. So I mean, like defensively, I mean, all in all, I think they're going to be better than they were last year. So and I'll give you my take on this game, man. It's two young teams. It's Caleb's first game, and I mean, some people are hoping that Caleb thrives, and I mean, other people hoping that he fails, man. So I mean, for me, it's a hard game to call. I think the Bears should win this game. I don't know about the 3.5, man. Like I might lower that to like 2.5 or something. Just I mean, like play for the field goal win or whatever. But I'm not one of these guys that are down on the Titans. Like I'm actually high on the Titans this year. I just don't think they win this particular game. I think the Titans they added a lot to their team offensively and defensively. And I get it that they won 7 games, so it's going to be hard to eclipse that again. But I think they could possibly get like 8 wins this year. Like I think that's a very possible thing.
I don't
Quinn
know who
Ewers
to
made a scary throw
choose.
just now. I ain't
I
gonna
don't
even
know who
lie.
to choose as the winner in this team. I mean, in this game. I like Caleb Williams. I like what they did to surround him with pieces on offense. Um, and I like the Bears' defense. My biggest question in this game is Will Levis. Um, I don't know what Will Levis will look like, so I need to see. I need to see that out of him. So I think the Bears will take this game. It might be a field goal. I don't think it's going to be a blowout or double digit win.
Um, I mean, they're both young, man. I don't think that either team is going to do much. I like the additions that Tennessee has made. They picked up Ernest Jones like 2 weeks ago, so they got better at linebacker. Um, Caleb Williams has enough talent around him where he should be able to show us what he really is. I like his wow factor and his potential and his, I guess, quote unquote stealing. But you know, uh, I need to see you do it between the tackles, man. I needed to see you drop back and then hit a wide receiver at the top of their route. I need to see him handle a defense showing him zero, and then they come out of it. Like it's a lot, and I think Tennessee is a good test for him his first time out. That I feel like they are a respectable defense. So above average, definitely.
No, I like this game, right? But it's a touchdown Texas.
Yeah. And that was a
I,
great play though.
yeah, that was a nice play. He had made listen. He made a scary throw that like it was like second down to the same guy that he threw the touchdown to. It almost like the defensive lineman like almost grabbed it. It fell right into his hand. But I think this game like y'all said, it's two
Mm.
young teams, and I agree with Pop. Like I said it when I first. It comes down to like, can Will Levis really execute on offense against this Bears defense? If he plays well, then I think this game is an either or game. But if you get a bad game out of Will Levis because that defense is causing some problems, I mean, then we're gonna find out. But he does have just as much pieces as I believe, Caleb has on the other end of the ball. I think it also comes down to probably the trenches. You know what I mean? I think the Bears trenches on is comparable to the Titans trenches on defense. You know what I mean? I think they got kind of comparable guys. Even though you are bringing in a guy in Sweat who is young, I
Mhm.
think his job isn't as deep, right? Because when you like, it's just like Aaron Donald. And I'm not saying Jeffrey Simmons is Aaron Donald, but it's that effect when you put a guy that's that dominant in the middle of the defensive line. The
Oh,
younger guys now 1-on-one.
he's at the top of the game plan for the offensive line.
Well,
Like
yeah,
everything that they do starts with Simmons,
yeah, but
or
the problem,
how to negate Simmons.
yeah, but I think the problem with that is like they're running a 3-4, right? And so they
Ooh.
got Sweat. He running. He's the nose, and so I mean Simmons is like the right edge, and like the left edge is like some.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I'm
there is 3-4.
yeah, Sebastian Joseph Day. So yeah, I mean you want to pay attention to Jeffrey Simmons, but in the run game you got to double team Sweat if you want to run the ball between the tackles. Or I mean, even like I mean, like if you trying to do that, you're gonna have to double Sweat. Now, I mean, I don't care. Like the Sweat is like over 300 pounds, and so I mean, he will wreck your run plays if you don't double team him. So
Yeah, yeah, he's a big boy.
yeah, I mean, like I mean, like the issue I always I had with Sweat is like he doesn't rush the passer that great. So I mean, theoretically, he's kind of to me, he's like a two down player. So I mean, so he's a rookie, so I mean, he might be able to develop like some like pass rushing skills, maybe. But obviously, it's not going to be right now. Not for this game, but maybe in his second, third year, like he might be able to do that. So I mean, but I mean, like I said, like that was my main issue with him. Like that's why I didn't want to draft him at all because of that whole rushing the passer thing. So
So next game on the slate: Panthers versus Saints. Saints favored by 4, over under 41.5. Pop, it's
Thanks,
on
man.
you.
All right. I'm ready to see what the line looks like. I like Fuaga, Trevor Penning. I've heard some reports this week that he looks pretty good. So hopefully he finally takes that step that I've been wanting him to take. I like Clint Kubiak, who we brought in as our OC. I think he'll be able to create a game plan that Derek Carr can thrive in. I like our defense. I think there was improvements on our D line in the back half of our defense in the secondary. And I believe we also did bring in another linebacker this offseason. So I like our defense going into this game. But I don't trust Derek Carr. I don't.
Damn! Hey, that build up was
I don't.
crazy.
I really don't. I didn't like what I saw out of him in the preseason. Yes,
I
the
knew we was
preseason,
gonna circle back to that, dog.
but
I knew
but
he was. I knew it was coming.
I just cannot. I just don't trust. I just don't trust this man as my quarterback. I don't.
I
Um,
don't blame him for that though.
Nah, I ain't blaming her. Hell no, no, not at
the
all.
Panthers defense. I don't know what that's gonna be. I don't. They lost a lot on that defense side of the ball. I don't know how they're gonna play in this game. Bryce Young, they did give him some weapons, and I think he'll have a better season with Dave Canales as his head coach, creating the offense for Bryce Young. Um, the Saints should win this game, but like I said, I don't. trust Derek Carr to be able to put up points or not turn the ball over. So I don't know. For me, I would just take the over under. I think it'll go over the points, but we'll see.
Uh, I mean, like this is a divisional game, and so like I think normally, I mean, like the Panthers and the Saints actually play like what I mean, like hard games against each other or whatever. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't love Derek Carr, never have, I probably never will. Um, and so like the Panthers got a whole new coaching staff, so everything's new. Like so, I mean, they brought in David Canales from the Bucks. He's kind of like a quarterback whisperer, man, because 2 years ago he was with um he was an old boy in
Gino.
Gino, and I mean, like Gino had the best career of his career, and then he was with Baker last year, and Baker had a really good year. So he's kind of a quarterback whisperer, kind of, sort of. So he's going to try to work with the kid they got in Carolina, Bryce. But even saying all that, man, I just think the Saints are going to beat them, man. Like I just think the Saints have a lot of talent on offense outside of Derek Carr. I mean, they got a lot of talent at running back, wide receiver, tight end. I mean, defensively, most of the time the Saints are a pretty good defensive team. I mean, most years in the last decade. Now the minus, I don't know about the -4. Like I'll probably just take them on the money line just to be safe about it. So, in the over under, like this game has the potential to go over, but it also has the potential to go under because if the Panthers and the Saints defenses perform like I think they could, this game could definitely go under. So I'm not really comfortable betting on the over under unless you're gonna move it to like an alternative. Like if I want to go over, then I'd move it to like 35 or like 36, and I mean like that should definitely go over that. So.
Yeah, this game tricky, man. It's a divisional game. It's an early divisional game. Panthers and Saints, they always play each other well. Derek Carr to me, yes, is the biggest issue probably, even outside of the O line being, as Pop has told y'all multiple times of the all season, a work in progress. Derek Carr is a big question mark, man. Can he play well enough to put up points? And if he does, this game probably won't even be competitive. But it's so many games he give you like the 50-50. He's like he'll come out and have a nice game where he go for like 280 and 2 touchdowns, and then he come back and have like a just horrible game where he barely completing passes, he turning the ball over, he looks lethargic, and you know what I mean. He just doesn't look good. But I think the Saints should win this game. I'll take the money line. And yeah, I'm with Mick and Paul. Like I'm kind of like the over under. You just got to see because it's a little hard to like call it at 41.5 because I watched the Panthers last year and the Saints both last year struggle to score points at times in games where what I'm saying, where their defenses wasn't really all that great, but it was enough to they wasn't scoring. So I would stay away from that. But I would probably take Alvin Kamara, rushing and receiving combined, and I probably go with Chuba Hubbard rushing attempts.
Oh, that was kicking your ass a little bit, just a little bit. But
What?
you bobbed it, yeah. You
What, the rushing attempts?
nah, don't worry about it.
Oh, his name?
Yeah.
Hey, it did. Hey, that name, hey, it's a little tricky. It's a little tricky. All right, so the next game on our list is Steelers versus Falcons. Falcons favored by 3.5, over under 41 and oh, Justin Fields the starter, right?
Yeah, I think there was a report saying that Russ is not going to play in that game. And I hate to say this, but Russ might not get that job back, man. Just to be honest, like if Justin come out and play a good game, Russ might not get that job back. Just
Didn't
saying.
they just name Russ like team captain and all that?
Yeah. I mean, you could do all that, but what happened if Justin Fields go out there and throw for 225, run for 100, and they win the game, and he accounts for 3-4 touchdowns? Like that'll make it hard to put Russ back in the game. Like I'm just telling you. Like I don't
Yeah,
think
you're
that's
right.
gonna happen,
Yeah,
but I mean, I'm picking the Falcons to win this game. I just think the Falcons got a lot of talent. I think my only question is Kirk and his health. Because I mean he's in his mid-30s and he tore his Achilles. So I just don't know how he's going to react to coming off that injury. I mean, especially week one. But I think the Falcons are going to win. I'll take Falcons money line. Over under. I mean, Steelers. I mean, last year. I mean, like the Steelers got. I mean, they got put in the bag last year. Over under. I mean, yeah, they kind of did. Yeah, sort of. The over under for me is tough as well. I think it should go over, but I'm just not. I'm not 100%. I mean, I'm confident in that though. That's the only thing.
I I don't like. Okay, so out of the four units, offense and defense on both sides of the ball, I feel like Pittsburgh's offense is the worst. I feel like I don't think they got any better than last year when I called them a JV offense. But just more the same. I think Atlanta got better on both sides of the ball. I think Atlanta should win that division. I'm taking
Yeah,
Atlanta.
I'm taking the Falcons in this game. Um, I just think they'll be the better offense going into it. I like the Steelers defense. I
Hmm.
just don't trust in the quarterback, Justin Fields. I just don't trust
Nope.
in him. I don't know if he'll be able to do what needs to be done for them to win this game. And then with Judon getting added to that D line for the Falcons, them now having Justice Simmons, which I think is one of the top safety duos currently in the league. Um, I don't I don't think the Steelers will be able to do enough on the opposite side of the ball for them to win this game. I think their defense will keep them in the game, but I think
Hmm.
eventually the production that the Falcons can get with Kirk, Pitts, London, Bijan, I just like that a lot better than what I'm getting from the Steelers.
I'm so scared on this game a little bit, like, because both of these offense to me, I ain't gonna say they kind of like the same, right? Because I know like Bijan is a top talent in this league, but then when I like think about like Kyle Pitts and Drake London, I'm like, are they really gonna break out this season, or like, are we just on a hope that because Kirk came and we believe they're good talent, they're gonna be good? Because like, I really haven't seen those guys perform to the level of how they've been spoken upon. Like, I'm kind of like how Certified was talking earlier, like people have said this offense has a lot of talent, but the only talent I've 100% seen in my eyes is like Bijan. Like I seen Kyle Pitts 4 years ago be a top talent. I've never seen Drake London be a top talent. I don't know if the guy they brought in from Chicago can be effective like in the offense as a wide receiver too. Like the only guy I'm 100% sure about on that offense is Bijan Robinson. Everybody else is suspect. But it's the same thing on the Steelers offense. Like everybody on the offense is suspect. Like I haven't seen.
But
I don't know,
I'll
man.
say this: Atlanta got more suspects than Pittsburgh do.
I don't know, man. Because I mean, the Steelers got a, yeah, I mean, like, they got a suspect at the biggest position on freaking offense. That's the quarterback. I mean, you need, I mean, like, if you put the 49ers aside, every other team in the NFL, you need a good quarterback. Like, that's just what you need.
I got a
So
good quarterback.
But you
you got
just
to go,
spoke on his health too though. Like his
yeah,
Achilles 30. Like what if
and
he
I
come
got
out and
top
don't
five
look
quarterback.
good? He's not comfortable. What if, what
and so I mean,
happens?
like, so I'm going to explain what I said aside from the Niners, because the Niners have a great roster. Like, they probably got the best roster in the league. That's what I meant. Like, y'all got a good roster. So y'all could say y'all didn't have a really good quarterback, y'all could
That's
get
my
by.
jam.
So yeah, so y'all can get by. I mean, like, there's a lot of teams in this league that they can't get by without a good quarterback. They just can't.
Yeah, no, I'm fucking with you. I knew what you meant.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and what I mean by that is like, I know Kirk got the Achilles thing, but Kirk ain't trying to run anyways. Kirk is
Yeah,
trying to stay in that pocket and throw the ball, bro. I mean, and I mean, honestly, Kyle Pitts could have a crazy season because Kirk loved throwing to the tight end. He loved to
yeah.
do that. And like, I mean, like the Steelers to me have less questions on defense than the
Uh,
Falcons, but
So
Yeah,
when
I mean,
I say Atlanta had more suspects, I meant like they got more people that I can say I gotta see do it. You know what I'm
oh,
saying? Like Pittsburgh only got like two or three. You know what
okay,
I'm saying? Atlanta got it. They have more potential. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? They have if Kirk Cousins is the missing piece, that offense is going to be playing a completely different sport than Pittsburgh.
Right. I
Yeah, sure.
agree. I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
I agree. Now if they clicking and then everything, that's why I said like if they is like I said, like it's more potential than us really being like, hey, they finna
Yeah,
be locked in. Like we're more just projecting what we suspect these two guys to be. Like Drake London was suspected to be, a
yeah,
decent talent coming into the league. I ain't gonna say top
hmm,
talent, but and Kyle Pitts was supposed to be a dynamic tight end. So like
yeah.
you haven't seen them be able to do it. I seen Kyle Pitts. If they, I wish somebody they would get a coordinator that would use him more like they used him in his rookie season, where he was playing all over the field. Like use him like they use Gronk. Like he should be everywhere. He's an advantage against linebackers. He's an advantage against your safety, and I don't think too many cornerbacks is going out muscle him one on one. I mean, you can put him anywhere, but
So I'm gonna say this about the Drake London conversation we're having right now. I don't know what the hell the fact. Like I had to look at this draft again because I forgot who they drafted in front of him at wide receiver. What like they literally passed on Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave to draft Drake London. Like
mm,
what in the hell is wrong with them?
That's that Atlanta shit they be doing.
Shit, that's fucking terrible. Like, and I'm not saying Drake ain't a bad player. Like, I'm not trying to say that, but Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave are just they're better than him.
Yeah.
That's I mean, it is what it is. But heck, and I digress.
people make bad decisions every day, fam.
No, I mean the Falcons stay making bad decisions in the draft. That's what they do. Stay doing that shit.
All right, this is an interesting game coming up. We got Jaguars versus Dolphins. Dolphins 3.5. Over under is 48.5. It's an interesting game, man. I mean, uh, certified favorite quarterback get to play. Both of them
Nah.
got to play each other, man. You know what I mean? Trevor Lawrence versus Tua. You know what I'm saying? The you know high power offense in the Dolphins.
Man. I
Should
don't
be should be high power offense for the Jags, but that's all on
hmm,
Trevor at that point.
good luck with that. Um I don't see how the Jaguars keep up. Y'all know how Miami is in the first 5, 6 games of the season. The motherfuckers like they on cocaine. Um, and they at home. Nah, man. And yeah, I get it. It's human in Jacksonville, but Miami they just play different at home. Um, the Jaguars cannot keep up with these niggas, man. They can't. They do not have the defense to even slow them down enough to keep up with them. And if you try to use Trevor Lawrence to keep up with Miami, he's just gonna turn over the ball. I don't. I'm surprised it's 3.5.
Yeah, I'm shocked by that 3.5, no doubt. But I think they believe that offense in the Jazz, right, should be able to keep up,
Oh
right? If I'm
yeah.
right, if
No,
they
I think
make
it's more. No, I think it's more the injuries. I mean, like the Dolphins, the old line is hurt. They got a guard. I think they got a guard and a tackle out
Oh
for the
yeah, that's
and
right.
then they still got the two defensive pieces out too, Bradley Chubb and what's it called? Is they still out?
No, no, I think one of the two is. I think out of Chubb and Phillips, one of them is playing. I can never remember. What?
Chubb, it's Chubb, right?
Yeah, I think Chubb is on pup, and I think Phillips is playing. I think that's how
Okay.
it is. But nah, man, I'm going with the Jags, man. I'm not. I'm going Jags money line, man, because I don't know, and I get it too. Get the ball out fast. I do not know how they're gonna block up that front from the Jags. I mean, the Jags got what Armstead. Um,
Oh, they
um,
did get Armstead.
yeah. I mean, they got Armstead, they got Josh Allen, and then they got the other edge,
Walker.
Walker. Yeah. I mean, Travion Walker from UGA. I don't know how they're gonna block that front up. And like I said earlier, I know they don't have to block it up long for Tua, but you still got to block. So I just don't like. I'm not sure how they're going to do that. Um, and I mean, the thing about the Jags, I mean, the Jags don't have a bad secondary, and I mean, they got pretty good linebackers. So my concern with the Dolphins, like I think if the Dolphins O line was healthy, I'd have picked the Dolphins. But since they're not healthy, like I'm gonna have to go Jags money line.
Mm. Pop.
I'm gonna take the Jags in this game. I don't know if that D line for I don't like it. I don't like that they have two of their best D linemen out. I know one of them is gonna be playing this week, but that may take time, to be in game shape. I like what the Jags have on offense. I like ETN. I like the rookie they brought in, Brian Thomas Jr. I like that. I like Gabe Davis getting added to that offense. I like Evan Ingram. There's just more pieces I like as a unit on the Jaguars, and I think that they will be able to get over on that defense of the Dolphins. I don't know. You do got speed on the Dolphins side of the ball, but I just like the Jags better going into this game. I think they're the more healthier team entering this game.
Um, I'm a ride with the Jags, and it's a couple of reasons, right? So you got also, I know nobody ain't gonna speak on it, but you got a new defensive coordinator coming into the Dolphins, man. You gotta see how that gel together. It's a totally different scheme than what they ran last year. You got the injuries that y'all just talked about. And then I believe like that Jags offense, if it's gelling, bro, should be way better. Now you got Christian Kirk, you got Gabe Davis, you got Brian Thomas Jr., you got ETN, you got Evan Ingram. Like you got pieces to really be able to expose injury riddle team. Like they're not coming into the season healthy. They're not coming in at 100%. And I don't know if you let Trevor Lawrence sit back there and just have time, he gonna pick you apart. That's one thing he is gonna do. Like if he has time, if he's not under pressure, if he's not on the move, Trevor Lawrence is gonna execute as a quarterback. He has the intangibles that when you give him time, he's gonna find the open guy. We've seen him have some outstanding games when teams wasn't able to get pressure on him. So I believe if you give Trevor Lawrence the opportunity to really play his game, this game is pretty much gonna be in the Jags' hands. I believe it's gonna be over though.
Yeah, and the funny thing is like both teams are Florida teams, so I don't even give any um like there's no advantage to the weather because they both, if you ever been to Jacksonville, man, like I mean like Jacksonville humid as hell, bro. Like it's not I mean like it's not a walk in the park either. So the weather to me is not much of a factor. So in that yeah, I never thought about that. Omni from the Green Bay fan in the chat. Jalen Ramsey definitely played for the Jaguars. He's playing against his former team, so that's definitely a thing. Let's see what else we have. They believe the defense can hold Miami. I mean, it's kind of what Smitty was saying. Like, I mean, I think the Jaguars can kind of hold Miami in check a little bit. I'm not saying they're going to shut them out. Like, I still think Tyreek going to have to do what Tyreek does. I think Waddle will do what he does. But I just think it's going to be a little challenging. I mean, like with that front that the Jags have. That's all.
Sir, would you disagree with me on that? Like if they're not pressuring Trevor Lawrence, he can play effective quarterback.
I mean, I don't believe in Trevor Lawrence. You know what I'm saying? I honestly believe the least amount of attempts you get from him, the better. I don't think that I think that he is a game manager. He's like I'm just ready to move on from Trevor Lawrence, man. Like them Clemson years was so fucking long ago. And it's always some reason why and this and that. And I'm like, well, I thought that's the reason why you drafted the motherfucker number one overall. So that he can compensate for whatever deficiencies you have on your offense. I last I checked, number one overalls are like game changers, franchise guys. I haven't seen it.
I mean, I think, like, to be honest, Mick, remember we had that conversation, bro. I believe they need a coach that's gonna save him from himself, bro. Like
Yeah,
he don't gotta quit, but like I look at his injury list and I see all these injuries certified, and I'm like, why did he only miss 2 games? Like, why did he have 6, 7, 8 injuries, but he missed a game? Like last year, why did you
That's
only
the
miss
excuses,
like
dog. That's what I'm talking about.
well, no, I mean, he just give me the fact, like he, I mean, like he had a lot of injuries last year, but I think an interesting stat for Trevor Lawrence is, before last year, he had never missed a game like from playing from high school to the NFL until last
yep?
year.
And then he missed what 1 game last year with 6 injuries, right?
Yeah, one. So I'm not giving him an excuse. Like I never give you the injury excuse. I'm just saying
No,
like that shit was there, but I mean, the thing is, he still got to put like they had the lead going into the last 6 weeks of the season. They only had to win a few games. They didn't do that, so I can't.
Right.
I can't give you a pass for that. Like the team ethically
no.
failed.
And
So
then it's like Indy's starting quarterback goes down. The Titans is down. You know what I'm saying? And it comes down to week 18 with a fucking rookie quarterback.
I mean, all they had to do was beat the Titans, and they would have won a division, and they couldn't do that. So I just can't give you
Yeah,
an excuse for that. And I mean, the Titans weren't playing for nothing.
No.
right. So I don't see how they slow down the Dolphins, man. I ain't saying that the Dolphins are going to score on every possession, but they're going to score. If they get six, they'll probably score 3 times, and that's a half. So and I just don't see how the Jaguars be able to keep up with them. But we'll see. I mean, Tua does. I mean, they did have a few season-ending injuries on the offensive line, but I trust Tua more than I trust Trevor. I know that Tua is one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the league. I know that Tua does get the ball out faster than anyone in the league. You know, I can't. I don't know what the fuck Trevor Lawrence does good, or I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to get for him for a certain every week, and that's the problem.
Yeah, but I think Smitty got a point. Like if you give Trevor a pocket and time to throw the ball, Trevor's fine. It's just Trevor started messing up when he's got pressure in his face and he got to make quick decisions. That's when he started turning
Mhm.
over the ball. So
Yeah, but I've seen Tua do it under pressure and in good conditions. You know what I'm saying? He's an accurate quarterback. He gets the ball out fast. You
But if you
know.
can get him off his time, though, he turns
Yeah,
into mush pot.
but I mean, this is a
yeah,
time
yeah.
where Trevor, I mean, not Trevor, but I mean, where two was good. I mean, two was good in September. Now that's one of his best months
Right.
of the season. So
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a high score game, probably. I mean,
What?
it could be over 60 ball on the board.
yeah, it's definitely possible.
All right. So this is another interesting game. Texans -3 versus Colts over under is 48.5. This is gonna be a good game, I think. I mean, I don't know what if Anthony Richardson is gonna come out to be better, but I think when he has the ball in his hand, he is explosive.
Hey,
He is explosive.
unrelated. Texas is starting to push these niggas around.
But I told you in my analysis, I thought Texas was just a better team. Right? They're
Yeah,
just more dominant.
yeah. I mean, I told you I'd take the 6.5, man.
Yeah.
I told y'all that. I just
Um,
yeah.
as far as this game, man, this shouldn't even really be. Uh, the Texans. Let me see something, man. Like, do something. Like, impose your will on a team, on a divisional rival. Like, say this is my division, and we're gonna put you motherfuckers on notice right now. That's what I want to see from Houston, because that's what they should do to the Colts.
Texas might turn this into a slaughter, man.
Oh, so I mean, like, not to go off topic, nothing, but like, there's a sports doctor on Twitter, and what he's saying is that he suspects that Jordan Love's kneecap is dislocated. Versus, well, I mean, like, I guess the possible injuries is like a kneecap dislocation versus the ACL, MCL.
Mhm.
I mean, like the best case is 2 to 4 weeks he's out. The worst case is his season is over. So
Yeah. Okay.
I think this is like I know certified say you should dominate these teams, but the Colts play them really, really, really well every game. Like they haven't blowed them out. I don't think in like a long time. Like their games come down to like one possession. I see why the
Exactly.
betters got it at three. Like this
Man, hit.
game comes down to one possession. So I think it comes down to Anthony Richardson or CJ Stroud making the play. And you should say that CJ Stroud is going to make the play, right? We should be on the side that, I mean, the Texans get the dub.
yeah,
I think the Colts got a chance, though.
I think
Oh,
there's something about when the Texans play in India. That like I don't think they play well when they have to go up into that dome for some reason. Like I've heard the stat from a couple of Texans fans. I just can't I can't not remember exactly what it was though.
I just feel like so same thing with the Jordan Love shit. CJ Stroud, the fourth best quarterback in the National Football League. All he did was one season. Oh, he this, he that. Okay, well, I that's what I want to see. You had a better team last year. You drastically improved your team this year. This should not be a fucking contest. If you are the contender that they say you are, if you are the contender that your GM has been making moves to make you, then show me. Show me that you're a contender.
Hey, sir. So last year, in the first game they played with Anthony Richardson, he got hurt in the game, but they ended up beating them by Indy beat them by 11. And the second game, when Houston was at its hottest, they went to Indy and won by 4.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the historical record. I actually like I turned it around. So it looked like the Texans don't beat the Colts when the Colts go to Houston. That's what it looks like. Because I mean, like they
Yeah,
lost last year in Houston. The year before they lost, well, not the year before. In 2022 was a tie. 2021 in Houston they lost. Houston lost. Let me
but they went
see.
on a streak of losses from 21 to 20.
That's what I'm saying. Like they so, but this game not in Houston, but just to keep in mind, they haven't beat the Colts in Houston since 2019. So yeah, I just kind of had it. I mean, like I'm gonna flipped around or whatever, but yeah, I'll just say like the minus the three. Like I like the Texas minus the three. Colts got a lot of injuries going on at their wide receiver position. Like Josh Downs is already out for this game. I think Alex Pierce he's trending towards not playing. That's what I've heard. So I mean, and they already got a tight end that's out for the season. They got a lot of injuries already. Going into the season. Not on the O line. I think the O line is healthy for the most part, so they're good in that aspect. I mean, but for me, it goes down to I mean, Richardson, like he's a young guy, man. He only really played 3 NFL games, and I just think the Texans DC, man, or like the head coach, man, he about to spend that dollar on that boy, man. Like I mean, I don't think it's gonna be that good for him. And so like I like the Texans in this game. I mean, like whatever CJ's passing yards is, I would probably go over. And like I think like Nico can have the possibility of him having a huge day. So.
I think this is a game the Texans should be dominant in. Um, you get Stephon Diggs, you get Joe Mixon, you add Danielle Hunter to that D line. You have a solid linebacker core. You got it. Like my only question for them on that defense is cornerback too, because I think Stingley is a solid corner. I think the Texans just are a better team. I don't know what Anthony Richardson is. I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna be able to protect himself in this game. I don't know. So I just think that this Texas team should beat them.
And is Mitch? Do y'all know if Mitchell playing or not? Because cornerback too. I mean, if he playing a Donnie, could get ugly, right?
I mean, Adonai Mitchell's definitely playing in the game. He's not hurt at all.
All right, cool. So Listen, Anthony Richardson beat them by double digits last year. That's all I can say. I mean,
Yeah, but also, I mean, like the Texans added some more pieces on the defense
they
too.
did. Did the Colts not add nothing? I can't remember what they added to be honest.
On defense, I think their first round pick they drafted Latu out of UCLA, I believe.
Yes.
The edge rusher. They drafted him, and I think obviously they drafted AD in the second round. I'm not. I think they signed back a lot of their own guys, in free agency. So.
I mean, I think the Colts should probably not win this game, but I think they probably gonna make it competitive, man. I don't think they're gonna get dominated. It's just like looking at it, even when the Texans had way better teams. It's just something about that rivalry, man. When you play that divisional game, sometimes it just don't go that way. I don't know. I think it's gonna be closer than people may expect. I mean, I think Anthony Richardson isn't a great thrower of the ball, but I think he definitely when he get out in open space, it can get crazy.
So, well, I mean, the Texas game might be over early, bro. Because I
told you they're finna turn into a slaughterhouse. Them boys is they got them boys in a blender. They got them boys in a blender. All right, so next game on the list, man. Raiders versus Chargers. Chargers favored by 3, over under 39.5. Oh no.
I gotta see the Chargers compete first. So I'm gonna go with the talent. Raiders. Uh,
I'm gonna take the Chargers. I like what they did to improve that wide receiver room. You got a lot of rookies playing, but I think they have high upside. I'm not a fan of their running back room though. You have 2 former Baltimore Ravens running backs on your team, and one of them can't stay healthy.
They got JK.
Yeah.
JK and they got Gus. I mean, both those guys really can't stay healthy, to be honest.
Yeah. I do like the defensive side of the ball. I like the linebacker they got out of Michigan. I think that's a solid pick for them. I just like this Chargers team going into the game. I think they'll be able to make some plays. Even though I'm not a fan of Dobbins and Gus Edwards, they are 2 solid running backs as a 1-2 combo.
Did they draft a running back too, Pop?
I don't.
I thought they got Audric, didn't they?
They might have.
That was close.
No, I believe Audric is with the Broncos.
I'm gonna look at their depth chart.
I was clicking into
so they drafted another rookie running back, Kiamani.
Yeah.
So he's their third string, and then they also signed Hassan Haskins, who played for Harbaugh at Michigan a couple years ago. So
I think Herbert's the better quarterback in this game. Yeah. And I think that's why they're gonna win.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think it's close. When you compare the quarterbacks, I mean, he's by far the best quarterback in that game. I'm gonna take the Chargers minus the 3, man. Like I think Harbaugh is gonna work his magic in like with the Chargers in LA. I mean the Raiders got a good roster though. I mean, they have good wide receivers, they got good tight ends. Their line is pretty good for the most part. It's just the quarterback that's the question. And they starting what's his name? Minshew. Yeah, they're starting Minshew, and I think Aiden's the backup. And I think their defense is pretty solid. I mean, like the way the Chargers could lose the game, though, is if they cannot block up Wilkins and Max Crosby. If they can't block them 2 guys up, it could be a long day.
Oh. And they're not.
Yeah, so
they not going to contain no damn Max Crosby.
I hope Joe Alt show up to play.
I think Joe Alt's the right tackle, isn't he? I don't think he's playing left tackle.
He playing right, but Max be on both sides. And if Max find out he's sweet, he gonna be over there all night.
So who's on the other side? Slater?
Yeah, I mean, Rashawn Slater's a
Yeah,
good tackle though.
yeah, Slater. I mean, they
Yeah,
should be
I'm
able to
going with
block
the
it up.
Raiders though.
Uh, I think, I think it. Damn, I don't know, man. Like Gardner Minshew, not bad, but I don't know if Gardner gives you enough to beat like Justin. Like I know that defense is decent over there in the Raiders. They played pretty good down the stretch once the new coach took over, but I mean Harbaugh should have them at least playing discipline. It should be a lot of easy passes. I'm kind of high on Lab McConkey, so I wanted him on my team so bad. And I wanted to draft him so bad, bro. Put him in the slot. That would have been nasty, but he neither here nor there. Yeah, I think take Ladd on the over, man. He gonna be the main target for this game. Him and Palmer gonna get it because Quentin Johnson couldn't catch a cold if you stuck him in a room full of people with a sickness.
Mm.
So the next game we got Broncos versus Seahawks. Seahawks by 6, over under 41.5. This game,
Seahawks.
I don't know what the
Um,
Broncos got. Like
I
other
mean,
than Patrick
yeah,
Surtain.
yeah. I mean, I think the Broncos are. No, I don't want to say it that way. I think the Seahawks they're going to win the game. I do think this. I think the Broncos could cover the spread though. To be honest, um, and I know Bo Nix is. I mean, people rave about him in the preseason. I'm not a big preseason guy or whatever, big enough the preseason numbers or whatever. But I think Sean Payton is trying to build something over there, and I think they're going to be. I think it's going to be a competitive game. I just don't think they're going to win. That's all.
Yeah, I think the same. Like I think the Broncos are gonna show a little spark here and there. Bo Nix is gonna make a couple plays with Sutton, but I just don't know like outside of like the running game and one receiver, I just don't know what else is left in that Broncos room. Like I think it's like a lot of young guys. I mean, obviously I don't know if Judy was getting rid of him was going to be a missed piece because he wasn't really performing all that well anyways.
Yeah.
But I think it is. It's going to be. Sean Payton. Sean Payton is a genius, right? He can create some things to make it easier for young quarterbacks. So
Mm.
maybe he can.
Mm.
Maybe he can give him some layups. I guess
Sean Payton does what with quarterbacks?
he bring in good people to help him
Come
get
on,
easy
man.
offense.
Come on, man.
And I think Bo Nix is the type of quarterback Sean Payton wants to have. I just don't like the offense. I
Yeah.
don't. I don't think they have a lot of talent at the wide receiver position outside of Cortland. Um, I don't know what they got on defense either. I don't. I just think the Seahawks having the former DC for the Ravens as the head coach, I think he gonna have that defense playing better. And if Gino could just be a decent game manager in
Yeah.
this game, I like the Seahawks to pull it off. I like their running back. I like their wide receiver room. I think that offensive line can also improve. So I'm gonna take the Seahawks with this.
I think Certified already said Seahawks too. So
Yeah. Seahawks.
I think this game right here is one of the most interesting games of the weekend.
Oh
Cowboys
yeah.
versus Cleveland. Cleveland by 2.5, over under 4.5. Go ahead, sir. Take off.
I feel like Cleveland is in the same basket with Green Bay, the same basket with Houston. Y'all motherfuckers keep saying that you are a contender, then show me. All right. You have more talent than Dallas. You are at home. You told us that you had a all-time great defense at home. You are at home. Show me. Okay. That everybody's new boy wonder, CD Lamb is coming to town and Dak is average. You know what I'm saying? And Micah Parsons, he can't handle the run. Exploit all of these narratives. Dominate Dallas like we do. I'm gonna go Cleveland by 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4
Nah, I'm just not going that way with this game, man. I mean, give me the Cowboys on give me them on the spread or the money line, whatever you want to do, man. Because for me, I don't know what Deshaun Watson is, and Nick Chubb on pup. He ain't playing, so I don't know how effectively they're going to be able to run the ball. So it's like the game is essentially on Deshaun Watson's shoulders. He gonna have to win that
Um,
game against that Cowboys defense. I don't know if he could do it, to be honest. Like
so,
I
well, let
just
me
don't.
ask you this, Mick. Whose defense do you trust to make more explosive plays,
Whose defense do I think is gonna make more explosive play? I would probably.
game-changing plays, or what defense is going to make a bigger impact? I'll bring
I
it down,
mean,
son.
you kind of got to say the Browns because they got the Defensive Player of the Year. So I feel like you have to say them. This is the way
So,
I feel.
how you think Njoku and Deshaun gonna go? You think they gonna lean on him or?
I mean, he's gonna throw the ball to Njoku because those are the easiest. I mean, like in football, those tend to be the easiest throws to the tight end. I mean, like especially the tight end, is running shorter routes. I
You
mean,
think they got somebody that they can put on his hip?
and I think Njoku's gonna have a good game. Like I don't think he's gonna play bad. I just don't think Deshaun Watson gonna make enough plays for them to win the game unless the Cleveland
Eh,
defense scores.
I
Now,
just don't see how they fuck this up, dog. Like
I mean,
I just think that I just when I do the talent, they just Dallas just can't compete with these niggas.
people said the same thing about the Browns when they played the Texans in the playoffs, and you see how that turned out. It didn't turn out that good.
I mean,
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. I didn't agree with that narrative, but I wasn't shocked that Houston won.
yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I just don't like them. I just like the Cowboys in this game, man. Normally, this is
Yeah.
how the Cowboys play well.
Now I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah, I mean, like the Cowboys play well in September, man. It's just it's that shit is just proven. Man. It's what they do.
Hey,
And like I said, I just don't like if I had seen Deshaun play well before he got hurt last year, I'd feel differently, but he
yeah.
didn't. So I can't like I just and I mean Deshaun like I rock with Deshaun at Clemson. Like I've always liked Deshaun as a football player. I always have. But
Yeah.
I just can't rock with him in this spot because I don't know. And he coming off another injury who missed more time. And so I don't know if he's gonna come into the game sluggish. So I mean I gotta go Cowboys money line.
Well, I feel you. I feel you. And don't get me wrong, man. Like Dallas got talent too.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, uh, they play. I just don't think that they're a contender. That they're just a, you know, I ain't trying to sound disrespectful, but I mean, they're just like a warm up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a preliminary exercise or whatever. Like they aren't beating anybody in the playoffs. So, but they'll make the playoffs probably.
I'm going with Cleveland. I just think they're the better team going into this game. Cowboys lost their defensive coordinator, and then you bring in Mike Zimmer, who I don't think
Hmm.
has coached in the last 2 to 3 years. I don't know what that defense is going to look like. I'm not a fan of the offense outside of CB and Dak. Like,
Hmm.
I'm not a fan of that. I do think bringing Zeke in is solid for like short yardage situations, but I'm just not a fan of that running back room either. I think they have a solid tight end in Ferguson, though. I think Ferguson could possibly have a good game, but I think at the end of the day, the Browns will win this game.
I'm going with the Browns, right? Because I don't trust the running game for the Cowboys, right? And I think Dak Prescott kind of relies on that. And you got Rico Dowdle, Ezekiel Elliott, and Dalvin Cook. I just don't know if that running game can get you enough opportunities in the passing game where Cleveland can't do what they do best, and that's really frustrate you on the back half. They probably got one of the best secondaries in the NFL, combined with one of the best defensive lines in the NFL. Like Miles Garrett is going to wreck something, and you got
Yeah.
two rookies on that offensive line for the Cowboys coming in, starting for the first time. Miles Garrett is going to be all over Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe. Like it's just gonna be. I think it's gonna be overwhelming for the Cowboys offensive line. like Tyron Smith and Biotish is gone. And then you got a guy that you're not 100% confident in where you want him at, and Tyler Smith. So I just don't know how it looks, man, when Cleveland really start teeing off. Can CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, and Ferguson with a little bit of Cooks be enough to really beat Cleveland if Cleveland is hitting on all cylinders? Because I don't think Deshaun Watson has to be great. I think he just got to be. He just got to not give the game away.
Um, and the last thing I wanted to say about this game is coaching. Stefanski is a whole lot better than McCarthy, and I definitely trust him. But y'all know how I feel about that buffoon in Dallas. So yeah, that's that.
All right. So next game we got Commanders versus Bucks. Bucks by 3.5. Over under 42.5.
I think this is going to be Jaden Daniels' wake up call to the NFL. If niggas think that a rookie is going to come in and run circles around a Todd Bowles defense, I just want niggas to just stop talking to me. Like, don't talk to me no more. Just leave me alone. Um, I think this is going to be a rough outing, but good for him. Get this shit out the way. You know what I'm saying? He should have a lot of film to review at the end of this game. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, sh- show me some flashes. Show me, show me go through your progression one time. You know what I'm saying? Even attempt to do it. I just want to see how calm he is. I want to see his how patient he's going to be with his development as far as like when he decides that he wants to take off. I know you're fast. I know you're athletic, but can you do it between them tackles? So you know what I'm saying? I want to see him at least attempt to go through his progressions and how he handled the different looks because you know let's come on man, let's not be disrespectful. Like Todd Bowles is him. Like let's stop this. Just cut it out.
Listen, if the Commanders can't block the D line that uh Buccaneers have, it's gonna be a long day for them. Cause that front seven for the Bucks, I go against that twice a year, and they are a solid unit.
Um, yeah, I don't believe in the Commanders' O line. I'm gonna be frank about it. I don't, and I think you got to deal with that Bucks D line. I mean, if your tackles are bad, I mean, good luck with that. Um, and I mean, like like personally, like I'm a Jaden Daniels fan. Like in the whole draft process, like I really like the kid. But I think it's what Certified said. Like this is your wake up moment to the NFL, man. And I just think the Bucks are gonna win. I'll take the Bucks on the spread, the minus 3.5. Um, I mean, the Bucks aren't as strong in the secondary, but I just don't think that Jaden Daniels is gonna get enough time to be able to expose that.
Yeah.
So
Who is he throwing to though?
he's
Yeah.
going to Terry, like,
Terry McLaurin, and the tap dancing crew.
I don't even know who the tight end is now. Brian Robinson, he is serviceable.
It's
He
Ben Sinnott. It's
Ben
Ben Sinnott.
Sinnot,
Benson.
and they
That's
picked
is
and they
that the
picked
other wide receiver or the tight end?
No, that's
that's
the
the
not
tight
tight
end.
end.
the tight
Oh,
end.
okay.
They
You
The
signed
got
wide receiver will be Diami, I believe,
Didn't
and
they
then
pick up
no,
Luke
I thought De'Ami was
McCaffrey?
the backup. I
they
thought Luke was the starter and Noah Brown.
Luke starting?
nah,
yeah.
he no
Oh
he
shit.
Who's wide receiver two? I know two is Noah, but who is three?
no I think it's Noah Brown, isn't it?
Ah, bro, you can't do that.
Noah Brown is the two.
Yeah, I think he's the two because I think I mean so they're starting receivers are Terry McLaurin, Noah Brown, and Zay
Oh,
Zacchaeus.
Alameda Zacchaeus.
Yes,
Yeah.
Zacchaeus. Yeah, so I mean that's their starting wide receiver core.
Mm.
Um,
Hey, Pop. Pop said, yeah.
Yeah,
You
how
I
did
got
think
he
Terry McLaurin
drop
in the crew.
that?
You got Terry
Oh
in the crew.
no.
You got Terry in the
My
crew, man.
bad.
I mean, it might get ugly. You got Terry and the crew, man. I
Yeah,
just hope
I
you
just
go.
want to have. I don't even have.
And I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna be hard to run on that Bucks defense.
I mean, I still got to
It's gonna
try
be
though.
hard.
Oh, you
They
do
are
got Austin Eckler. I
great.
forgot.
Bro, listen, man. Tarbos is gonna throw so many looks at him, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not gonna sit back and uh let him okay, oh, I'm gonna see what you know. He's gonna attack Daniels, man. Like he's it's gonna be a long fucking day for him. And good. He needs to see this shit early.
I think he. Yeah, I think he gonna be. I think it might just be overpowered, man. That offensive line is patchwork. I just
And
don't.
you
And then
being nice.
it's
And
patchwork.
we listen. And
That
this
shit Swiss
Commanders
cheese, dog. The cheap
defense,
shit.
this Commanders
Great
defense,
value, bro.
I don't know. To me, you signed a lot of free agents, 1-2 year contracts. Um, I don't like the back half of their defense. I do not like the
Yeah.
cornerbacks. Um, I'm not a fan of their linebackers because I think you have an aging Bobby Wagner there. So you do got a solid D
Yeah.
line, but uh, listen,
No,
Did
if
he
y'all
really just
can't
fumble? Did he just
he
really just
just
fumble?
fumbled wide open. No reason. Oh,
Oh,
And he's supposed to be
Michigan.
the. I mean, he's supposed to be the tight. He's supposed to be the best tight end in the country. Shit.
I'm watching
Pop,
it
you watching the game, Pop?
right now.
not yet.
Ah,
Bruh, he literally
ah,
just caught it, made a move, and then
ah.
just dropped it out of nowhere.
As soon as he took that second step, he dropped it. Oh my God.
I mean, he didn't secure the
Oh
ball.
my God.
Yeah, he just didn't
He's
secure the ball.
yeah,
Like
he
he
made
tried to switch it, and he was holding it with his hand like this, and his knee hit the ball and
Damn.
popped out, or his knee or like a body part hit it. Yeah, I mean, Michigan's done, bro. Yeah, this is our off the road, man. I
Oh
don't think,
my God.
and I said it when
It
we was
was
doing the whole.
three steps.
Yeah,
My
I was
bad.
thinking the college football. We did the college football thing. I said I wasn't sure Michigan was going to make the playoff
Mm, mm,
yeah.
mm. Mm, mm, mm.
because they got another loss coming when they play the Buckeyes. Now that's I mean the way they playing today, they are not
They
going
in
to be.
trouble.
Oh,
Oh my.
oh
Oh
my!
my.
And then that
Yeah,
dude
boy.
like, and that's the crazy thing. That's like the third string running back because their first two string running backs got hurt. They out for the season.
Mm, mm,
And he
mm.
eating like this
Drop
is
the shit.
crazy.
Man,
But my bad.
I mean, number 20 boy, he broke that boy ankles.
My bad, Pop.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
yeah,
continue, man.
sorry
My
about
bad.
Oh, oh, why you do that to that man? And that man mama in the stands. Oh
She bet
my God. Oh my God.
they just a better team today, bro.
They'll
Way
be,
more though.
they be the better team every day of the week, man.
He had 20 on skates.
And I mean twice on Sundays.
Oh yeah. Now I'm just saying, like, people want to, they think Michigan was gonna be Michigan. Or, oh, yeah, that's over with, good brothers.
Oh
Y'all
yeah,
might be back to the
oh
regular
yeah,
Michigan like y'all used to be.
they picking on 20. He
Oh,
better
yeah, they
buckle
attacking
up.
him. They attacking
Better
him.
buckle up, little
Oh,
nigga.
oh, oh. Almost got him.
Yeah, this shit about to be 24-3, man.
Pop, you still wanted to finish what you were saying about the Bucks defense and the Commanders offensive line?
No, I just think the Bucks are gonna dominate in this game.
Do you think Austin Eckler can be effective, y'all? Like,
No,
I mean, I think he'll catch some passes out the backfield, but I mean, I don't think it's gonna be nothing major though.
no, that run defense for the Bucks is really like that. Um, yeah, no.
yeah, I think I don't know, man. The Commanders tell me that they gonna be reincarnated. They've done this before with an older linebacker and rejuvenated their career. I guess
Yeah.
we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Yeah, I don't believe him. I'm sorry.
We're gonna see. I think that's gonna be exactly what Certified said. You better wake up. You better wake up. So Rams versus Lions. Lions by 4.5. The over under is 52.5.
Man, it's a great Sunday night football game, no, for real, for real.
Yeah, this is Sunday night football. I think the battle of the offense and defense. Like both defenses should be decent. Both offenses should be clicking. I mean, this is gonna be a game, right?
And you get the quarterback get to play against their former teams too.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be a lot of back and forth, but I feel like Matthew Stafford's interceptions or turnovers is going to be the difference um, at the end of the day on the scoreboard.
Man, I feel like the Lions got a wagon this season, man. Like I feel like they're the
Talk
weak
about it.
spots, the weak spots of their roster in the secondary. They drafted. They try to fill those needs in the secondary. I ain't saying it's
Got
going to
Terry
pan out.
on Arnold.
Yeah,
That's
I'm not saying it's going to
crazy.
pan out. So I got to look how that looks. But I mean, I don't see how their offense is any worse. I just
Terry
don't.
on Arnold can't be worse than Jeff Okuda. I mean, Jesus.
Or like Cam Sutton, yeah. But offensively, I mean, offensively, they still got the best line in football. They got a really good running back duo. I mean, Mod St. Brown. A lot of people put him in the top 10. Sam Laporta. I mean, I can't put him in my top 5 because of how I do my rankings. Like I mean, I don't base it off of 1 year, but Sam is. Sam is coming. Pause.
Right.
Hey,
Yes,
yo,
yeah, yeah. So
wrong with you, man?
I had to throw pause after that, but yeah, I mean, offensively, man, they're a juggernaut, man. And then I mean,
So,
defensively, I
so
mean,
who in your top five, man?
what I mean, and wide
Tight
receivers,
ends.
tight ends, it's Kelsey. What is it? It's Kelsey, Kittle. Um, I'm trying to think. I'm talking about Kelsey, Kittle,
Andrews.
Andrews.
and Andrews is number 3. Four.
TJ.
Who?
Hawkinson.
TJ Hawkinson.
No, I'm not gonna put him in there because he's kind of hurt. So I'm just
Who we got Gobert. We got
I'll put
we
Dallas.
got we got the boy from Arizona.
Yeah, I put
Um,
Dallas Goddard. I can't put the boy from Arizona because he only had 1 year too.
what about dude in Dallas? Oh shit, and
Jake
Joku.
Ferguson.
Yeah, I'd
Oh,
probably
yeah.
put in Joku number 5. Yeah, that would probably be my 5 off the top of my head.
Over Laporta, you trust Njoku over Laporta?
I just can't put you there over 1 year. I mean, like it's the same reason why I
Yeah.
can't put Ed
Okay.
McBride
Okay. All
probably this
right.
one. And you got to show me more than 1 year. That's all that is. And I do that with I do that with quarterbacks, wide receivers, tight ends, edges. I mean, I do with every position now. I mean, they got to show me more than 1 year.
I ain't gonna lie. I need Sam Laporta to go crazy again because I got him in like 2 of my fantasy leagues right now. I took him twice. I ain't gonna lie. I think he should be able to duplicate what he did last year because of that. The way the offense set up, it's just like made for him to succeed. Like it
Yeah.
I
really
think
is.
I picked TJ up in like the 11th round in one of my leagues.
Yeah.
Dang, he lasted that long.
Uh,
Yeah. I mean, he was going
yeah,
like my drafts too. So
it's
He's on
crazy.
up, I believe.
It's
yeah,
crazy because the very next pick was Nick Chubb, and I was like, "Oh, you dirty motherfuckers!"
yeah. But and the thing about TJ though, like as long as you draft him as your tight end too, I mean, you're good.
Hmm.
So man, I mean, like Michigan getting their ass whooped today, boy. This shit is
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I
They getting pushed around.
I turned the game. I don't watch that.
Nah, listen, I was telling people, I don't know what y'all think Michigan is, but Texas is gonna be the better team going into this game.
Yeah, I just didn't understand the Michigan fans on the app talking all crazy. I'm like, you do know you got to play Texas. Texas is a good team now. I mean,
They
and
try to
then,
act like Texas wasn't big dog.
yeah, I mean I mean they are they really were.
They tried to, now it's 24-3, and you regretting talking crazy to them people.
Hey, what's Isaiah Bond's line right now?
Um, I
His
think
stat line.
I see him catch one pass. Let me look it up. I mean, they ain't really had to
Oh
do much
shit!
though.
Bowling Green giving these motherfuckers a game.
Yeah, they actually won it at the half. Isaiah Bond is 2 for 40. He's not the guy that's
Okay.
killing. I mean, the guy that's killing him is this guy named Gunnar Helm. Gunnar Helm has 6
Nah,
catches,
I took Bond's yards.
and how much was his yards?
It was 56 and a half.
No, he should be able to get that. I mean, shit. I mean, he
Yeah.
only needs 16 more yards.
And it looked like he catching 20-yard ball, so the next catch, you know what I mean? Like it is.
But
They had to have though. So, all right, Pop, did you key in on this Rams Lions game?
Oh, I like the Lions. I don't know what that Ravens defense is gonna be without Aaron Donald. Yeah, I know y'all had like a good defense with some of the rookies and stuff like that. I don't know. I have to see it. And because of that, I think the moves that the Lions did to better their team is gonna pay off.
Right.
yeah, and I agree.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. So we got the last game, Monday Night Football.
Game of the week.
The return of Aaron Rodgers after 4 snaps. You know what I mean? He got to go out there to his home, California. 49ers, 4.5, over under 43 and a half. That offensive line for the Jets scares me again. I mean, I'm still scared. I don't know if it's improved enough to really hold up against the 49ers front, man. I just don't know. Like, yeah, Garrett Wilson is good. All the pieces out there, Brees Hall, Aaron Rodgers, all that looks good together. But if that offensive line is still what it was last year, then I just don't know how they win this game. I don't know how they win. I think they got a good defense. The front seven for the Jets is decent. You know what I mean? They got good linebacker play and T.J. Mosley and Quincy Williams, and they got Sauce Gardner and what's the other Reed? Ain't the other dude Reed? DJ Reed.
Yeah,
The other corner. Yeah, so I think they got like some good pieces, but I think it comes down to that offensive line holding up and giving Aaron Rodgers time, and I don't think he's gonna have time. And I don't know if Aaron Rodgers can do what Aaron Rodgers used to do, scrolling out the pocket and making plays off that Achilles. So I think he's gonna be under fire a lot. And if he ain't making quick plays, if they ain't setting up something to isolate the blitz and kind of keep the 49ers on touch, this is gonna get ugly early and often, because I don't know if the Jets have repaired that run defense. They couldn't stop the run last year. So I think CMC could be going crazy. But, I mean, I just don't know.
I mean, they didn't add anything to bulk up their run game. Their run defense to begin with. So I don't know how. I mean, unless the players they have play better.
Yeah, because they struggled to stop the run last year. So CMC could have a field day. And then once CFC get to going, you know how that offense rolled for San Francisco. Everything else just started clicking. Because now we get to play action game. We got you on your heels. Now we punching on you. You know what I mean? So it's just it get ugly at that point. Like, if that offensive line is not giving Aaron Rodgers enough time to keep his offense on the field and keep the 49ers off the field, you're going to be in for a long day. Because CMC going to eat. And then when CMC start 10 yards, 13-yard games, then he start getting into the screen game. Now you got Debo coming around on end of rounds. Now Brandon Ayuk getting open, Kittle getting open. It get exhausting at that point. Now you don't know who to cover. So I got the 49ers though, with all that being said.
Yeah, I'm going with the 49ers. You got a 40-year-old quarterback coming off of a big injury that took him out for the season. I don't know if y'all did enough to protect him in this game. I just think that the 49ers offense will be able to put up points. I don't know. I just don't know what this Jets offense is gonna be. I don't. And I just like the 49ers. I think they're a better team going into this game, and I think they're gonna be able to pull out the win at home.
And the certified go next, and I go last.
Hey,
Go ahead.
you want to go last? Hey, Tulane putting Kansas State on the hub right now?
Listen, Tulane like that.
No, I know. Listen, I know Tulane decent, but I ain't expect to look down and see a 10-point lead.
Yeah, like it seems like a lot of these noon games, like the underdogs, is actually winning. So there's a lot of that. Going back to this Jets game, man. You know, I got this natural hatred for the Jets, man. You know, it just is what it is, man. I just can't explain it. But I think the team's improved, but I don't think they win in this game, man. Like, I mean, the 49ers tend to come out real strong in these like first games of the season. They get a home opener at home in week one. Um, and I just don't see it, man. Like Aaron Rodgers coming off an Achilles. Aaron Rodgers really ain't played in 2 years. So I mean, expect Aaron Rodgers to come out here and be Superman. I just think it's not I don't think it's realistic. And I mean, Rashawn Reddick, he's definitely not playing in that game because he has not reported did anything. And I feel as if they need Rashawn Reddick. I mean, because he gives them something that they don't have in the pass rusher. So I got the 49ers covering, man. Like, and I think CMC is gonna cover his yards, man. Like I think CMC is gonna do it all. And so I just don't see the Jets winning this game. I'd be very surprised if they do.
Yeah. So I just want to
Hold on, hold on,
form.
wait. Before you go, hold on.
That's,
Let me adjust my seat. All right. You go ahead now. Go ahead.
you know, winter's here. That's the significance of the hat. Just trying to stay warm. And just announcing that, bully season has officially started. Um, we should dominate the fucking Jets. We should. Now we do have a first time play caller at defensive coordinator Sorensen. Um, but he's been in this system for a while. That don't mean anything. He'd actually worked under Sala. He started with us under Sala. But on the offensive side of the ball, man, I just don't see how New York competes. Their front four is pretty dynamic. The front seven period. Um, I want I don't want any excuses from Trent Williams. Like everybody should play like they was there. You know, it, I I don't want to see any rust. Like this shouldn't even be close. To be honest with you, we should be fucking these niggas up from whistle to whistle. And it actually dropped. It's 4.5 because I saw 6.5. Okay.
They got
Mm,
that 4.5 on ESPN.
mm. Look at that. They don't believe in you, champ.
They don't believe in who?
They don't believe in them Niners, man. Go out there and fuck them up. Spread done
Yeah,
drop two
yeah, they got
points.
that four and a
Mm,
half. Yeah, for sure.
mm.
Hey, Mick, check on your end, Mick. Tell me. I mean, I see 4.5, but I could be
Right.
wrong.
Let me check my fan.
Steady,
Let me give me 1 second.
steady rocking all night long.
FanDuel has it -4.5.
Mm,
So
Yeah,
what made them drop the spread? What happened?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I mean,
All
shoot,
all I did
Two
was
points
get,
is 2 points is significant drop.
yeah,
Good.
I got Ayuk
And
since
Trent.
then. I got Trent and Huff was cleared to not just practice but to play. Um, that doesn't mean he's going to play. And who else?
There got to be
CMC
something
came
big to
back.
move it 2 points,
I
right,
don't
y'all?
know.
There got to be
Yeah,
something big
sounds
to
like
move
it.
down 2 points.
it doesn't
Mm,
have to be nothing on the team side. It could be just a lot of money coming in on the Jets, probably.
oh,
That's what could have pushed the line down, I guess.
well.
I mean, and you got the city of New York who got a lot of Jets fans, so I mean they could have put a lot of money in
Mm,
Vegas on the Jets.
mm.
I mean,
All
I wouldn't
right.
do it, but yeah.
We love donations.
Oh man. So that's the last
Oh,
game on the slate, man. We went through a little bit of Saturday as if y'all have put your bets in time with that Texas and Michigan, your money looking real good right now. It's almost looking as secured as your money being in Fort Knox at this moment. I mean, at this point, it's locked and loaded. But we got 140 people in here, man. Listen, if you're on the Twitter side, man, come over here to the YouTube side, man. Like, comment, subscribe. We love to have y'all out here every Saturday with us, man, at 11 o'clock. You know, hopefully we get some more college games so we could, you know, go through a little bit more of the college slate with y'all, man, and, you know, really explore what these teams got going on out here. I think as the weeks go on, we're going to get some better matchups, more better matchups, you know, in 1 week. So, you know, the NFL this week, I think is going to be interesting. I think you're going to see a lot of nasty football. You're going to see a lot of sloppy football because a lot of people didn't play their starters in the preseason enough to get any type of chemistry. So this is technically most of the preseason game. But guess what? I get to watch Sunday, Monday, stress-free. Everybody else on the docket but me. And my college team off this week. So I ain't got to worry about nothing else for the week.
Yeah, I'm stress-free myself, man. Because I mean, like, we ain't supposed to win. So I'm just watching my you know, feet kicked up. I ain't got nothing to worry about.
Yeah, man. So anything y'all got for the folks, man? I know we're gonna be probably kicking off some of these spaces, you know, these watch parties, man, here soon. Hopefully, if y'all following us on Twitter, which majority of the audience is, just tap in with us, man. When we on these spaces, man. We, you know, we like to have your perspective on your team too. You know, you can pull up, you know, certified is you know, gonna be obnoxious as usual, you know. And me and Jay Mick and Pop, we'll give you some honest conversation, and yeah, he gonna you know, do 49er things that, you know. Look at this man. Look at this man, bro. This man is wild.
And he was waiting for that.
But yeah, y'all tap in, man.
Yeah.
Be safe, man.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, we never mind. I thought we didn't show that. You know. But, hey, man. Love, peace, hair grease.
And
Week
enjoy
1.
your football Sunday, man. Enjoy your football Sunday. The first football Sunday of the year.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be fun.
Hey, man. Love y'all. See y'all next week, man. Peace.